Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Clouds are lingering across the area this morning after a lot of rain moved through overnight. It's also a chilly start. Most areas starting in the 50s this morning. Highs today are below average, only near 70 degrees. Should get a little bit more sunshine later in the day. Warming up tomorrow. More sunshine on Tuesday with temperatures near 80.
This report is sponsored by Reese Windows and Doors.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word HAPPY right now to 20129. That's HAPPY to 20129.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
In the drawing room, a group of suspects gathered. The detective has solved the mystery.
Ladies and gentlemen, the butler did it.
You'll never catch me. The butler darted to his getaway car. But what he didn't know is this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Wait, what?
And his car is no match for the detective's Nissan Rogue or its standard VC turbo engine. Save on one of your own at the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models. Availability is limited. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months available on new 2023 Altima, Rogue, and Pathfinder when financed through NMAC. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Offer ends 4/3/23.
Bright Future scholarships are available to all Florida students pursuing higher education after high school. And now, students with part-time jobs can use their hard work to qualify in place of volunteer hours. That means you can get cash for college every time you cash your paycheck. So don't ghost your funds. Get your Bright Future scholarship your way today. Visit floridabrightfutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures case.
Florida Community Health Centers provide pediatric and adult care, as well as COVID services for West Palm Beach. Florida Community Health Centers is located at 5827 Corporate Way, Suite 135 in West Palm Beach. To learn more or to schedule an appointment in West Palm Beach, visit fchcinc.org. That's fchcinc.org. Florida Community Health Centers wants everyone to stay safe and stay healthy.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty, that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
For my small bookstore to thrive, I can't just sell books. So I created a radio ad at iHeartAdBuilder.com to tell everyone about our author events, our story hours for kids, and our amazing lattes. Now we're busier than ever. I'd call that a success story.
A custom radio ad from iHeart Ad Builder is the fast, affordable way to drive customers to your business. Put the power of radio to work for you. Get started now at iHeartAdBuilder.com.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. Reduce your impact on the environment this fall by packing a waste-free lunch for school or work. Avoid foods with excessive packaging. Use reusable cutlery, napkins, cups, bags, and containers, and recycle or compost any waste when possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
On the free iHeartRadio app, you never pay to hear what you love, and you never wait to hear what you want. Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Crash-free in Palm Beach County on the Turnpike and 95. Just wrapping up some light volume that we saw this morning. Otherwise, we're looking good. That's traffic. I'm Greg Tanner.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Should married couples go into business together? This week on Red Pilled America, we dive into that question. After 20 years of being married and working together, you could say we're experts on the subject. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
You seem happy.
Why wouldn't I be happy?
I don't know.
Well, it's a beautiful morning.
The sun is shining, birds are singing.
There's a spring in my slippers. You know why I'm happy?
The first day of spring.
Spring, of course.
Huh? You know, spring.
And let's not forget
Pollen.
The pollen?
You know, there's a lot of pollen in the air this time of year.
That's right.
A lot of pollen.
Okay, blow your nose.
Because it's showtime.
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse. The Penthouse. Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, it is the first day of spring. Feeling a little cold, though, for here. I got to be honest with you. A lot going on today. A crazy weekend with St. Patrick's Day behind us. Let us know if you guys had a good time and what you did. March Madness, there's no more perfect brackets. They're done. Sweet 16 is ready to rock and roll, and we got 2 teams in it in South Florida, which is amazing. So much more coming your way today on a Monday on Real Radio 92.1. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the world. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And how are you doing today, sir?
I am well. How about yourself, G?
I am doing good. I just got an extra cup of coffee. just to give me a little pep in my left leg. Good morning, Francis. How are you?
Good. Just in your left leg, huh?
Just in my left.
Your right one's doing fine? It's got enough pep in it?
Yeah.
All right, nice.
My right one's doing good. How was your St. Patrick's Day and the rest of your weekend?
It was good. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, had a good time. I celebrated a friend's birthday. We had dinner at a Mexican restaurant for St. Patrick's Day.
Makes sense.
It does, right? Complete sense.
Because the Irish places were too crowded.
They were. I will say I did stop by one with my girlfriend called Patty Max, and we went there, and it was a zoo.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, fun. Everybody, every year it's like that. That's what you're going to expect if you go to a pub, right? Yeah. So we went there just for like an hour and a half before the birthday dinner. But yeah, good weekend. I worked the Turtle Fest over here at the Loggerhead Marine Life Center.
Oh, cool.
With Megan and her husband and Charisse. And it was a great turnout. Beautiful day. Couldn't ask for a better day. The weather was amazing on Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So good time, good turnout. Thank you everybody who showed up. A lot of Real Radio people represented came out, and all the tips that we get and everything, it all goes right back to Loggerhead Marine Life Center. So people were very, very generous. Yes.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Jimmy, how was the rest of your weekend? I know I saw you Saturday.
Yeah, pretty good. Worked Saturday, went home, had a nice dinner, made it up with the wifey, and then Saturday just did a little stuff around the house. Cool. I got to do some cleaning up of the garage and that type of thing. So went around for a nice little ride and saw how much our cities have been built up over the course of the past few years. It's amazing how much development's going on.
Yeah, every time you turn around, there's something else going up. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com. If you did something special this weekend or have an opinion on March Madness and you don't have a perfect bracket because nobody does, there was some history made Friday night. Ferry Dickinson beat Purdue, and it was an unbelievable thing. It was the second time in history that a number 16 seed beat a 1 seed, so that was crazy. There was a better DraftKings who put up $35,000, which was a ton of money on Fairleigh Dickinson. Crazy, and he won like $490,000. But nice. I mean, that's crazy to even do that. I don't know what kind of stones that guy must have had to even think they had a shot. But yeah, just a big shocker, and a lot of other shockers in college.
Putting up that kind of money. I mean, we've seen where a guy will throw 100, 500, even 1,000, maybe. I mean, $1,000 to some people is almost nothing, but 33 grand. I mean, not talking about a Mattress Mac, right? You know what I mean, where he bets millions at a time, but 33 on that is that's what got me.
It's like, a lot. Maybe it's the president of college.
And the thing about it, it's a president, but the thing, I almost would have thought that it would pay more than that, don't you think, in a way, if you're going to put up that much of a risk?
They were 24-point underdog.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy. FAU played well. They won again, and so did the Canes. They both did well on Friday and last night. The Canes pulled away from Indiana. FAU had a tough time with Fairleigh Dickinson. They were huge favorites. They were like 19-point favorites when the game went off. They won by 7, but it was a tough game. So give them credit. But they're on to the Sweet 16, which is going to be awesome.
That's fantastic. We ended up, and Jimmy, you would enjoy it. Last night we did nothing. Sunday just kind of was lazy around the house. But we watched a war movie. And it was called All Quiet on the Western Front. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it?
It's a remake, but I saw the remake.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
I had seen it, and of course my husband puts it on at like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm captivated. And I'm like, damn it, this was such a long movie. I stayed up the whole time. I was like, how do you expect me to fall asleep during a war movie? Not only is it loud and the blasting and all the gore, but I was also so intrigued by it. I stayed up all night. But yeah, when the movie was over, my husband was like, FAU just won. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But I did hear that at the very end, one of the players kind of what they're calling did a disrespectful move.
Yeah, he was 1 second left, and he went to slam it, and he missed.
Just a little overzealous, I guess.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, and everybody was booing. But, I mean, things happen. They're young kids. They get a little jacked up. Was it a good move? No, but it wasn't like the end of the world. But FAU, I'm sure the campus is rocking and rolling today. I'm sure people will be buying shirts. I've heard it on so many TV stations, radio stations locally. But don't forget, we were pushing FAU in November. We were telling you people because they were clicking and making everybody a lot of money. So hats off to them. They're going to New York City Thursday. They got a tough game. They got Tennessee. So we'll see what happens. And the Canes played very well last night. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. A lot coming at you. And hopefully you guys are going to stick around with us for 4 hours. We got a big giveaway at 11:45. A lot more going on in the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
A technology mogul has been branded a creep after he claims to have offered a woman $100,000 to do what on a flight? Oops. What do you think?
Join the Mile High Club.
Go a little more controversial than this.
Join the Mile High Club in blackface.
No.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Join us to celebrate the songs and artists you've loved over the past year.
At our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Hosted by Lenny Kravitz.
With Innovator Award recipient Taylor Swift.
And performances by iHeart Icon Award recipient Pink, Coldplay, Kelly Clarkson, LL Cool J, Keith Urban, Pat Benatar, and Neil Giraldo, Lotto, Money Long, Cody Johnson, and more.
Watch on Fox and listen on iHeartRadio.
Next Monday night at 8 p.m.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure. Storm Smart's here to stay. Smart is protecting our community today and tomorrow. Storm Smart.
Hey, it's the Greek for Superior Street Golf Carts. All makes, all models. Whatever you want for your golf cart, they will make it happen at Superior Street Golf Carts. The Penthouse will be live on Friday, 3/24 for Greek's Hardwood at their Boca Raton location. Supreme Street Golf Carts is the place to be if you want a golf cart like no other. If you want to be a bull, if you want to stand out, there's only one place to go. Supreme Street Golf Carts. Peace.
There's plenty of thrills at Gulfstream Park in Hallandale Beach during the championship meet, with live horse racing action Wednesday through Sunday. It's peak season here in South Florida and time for the Grade 1 Florida Derby on Saturday, April 1st. Join us in the Flamingo Room, the Carousel Club, and 10 Palms Restaurant for an unforgettable afternoon of racing and entertainment. For stake schedules, reservations, tickets, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of doing it right. Detailed project proposals, excellent customer service, and trusted professionals who get the job done on time and on budget. The power of experience. We're kings of the scaffolding and pros with the stucco. We've been there, done that. Get your project started at CertaPro.com and get the power of pro.
CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty. That the place of business is safe for you to shop in. Yet many times a normal day ends with injuries because that business breached that duty. Slip and falls where cleaning and maintenance were ignored. Falling boxes and items stacked too high. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. ForThePeople.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. They've been doing it for 25 years, putting the best vodka on the shelves. And it's Tito's Handmade Vodka, and it's basketball season. So even if your bracket's busted, guess what? You're always a winner with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's and lemonade, Tito's Bloody Mary, or Tito's straight up. Any party you're at, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Don't worry about your bracket. Just have Tito's around. And if Tito's is in there, your bracket is fine. Peace.
Bright Future Scholarships have been funding higher education in Florida for over 2 decades. Last year alone, more than $600 million was made available to Florida students. So don't miss out. Millions of dollars in Bright Future Scholarships are waiting for you. Make your money moves and fund your future today. Visit FloridaBrightFutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures pays.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
If someone said you get a comprehensive, personalized treatment plan with a medical professional for free to feel the best you ever have, wouldn't you jump all over that? Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin a New Med Spa, they're offering exactly that. It's their optimal wellness program for only $0 with qualifying insurance. Some of the benefits of the program are increased energy, weight loss, better sleep, and a healthier, more revved up sex life. And I'm living proof of all those benefits because I have been on Begin a New's optimal wellness program for a year now, and I've never felt or looked better. And this spring, Begin a New Med Spa has so many deals, like 20 units of Botox for only $199. A small area of laser hair removal is only $89 for 6 sessions. And to get your body summer ready, Begin Anew has a Fat Blaster Shot package for just $280. I'm telling you, you are not going to find deals like this with the quality of work and service anywhere else. To see all their spring specials and to book a consultation, go to beginanewmed.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's the Woody Show.
Hello.
Rob Ryan Show, check it in.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego, are you ready?
All of the best free curated playlists.
My favorite music.
A little bit of everything. All of the great podcasts for every interest.
Stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I hope you had a nice weekend. Today is the first day of spring, so a little hop in the step today. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning. And I thought this would be kind of a fun discussion, just something to think about. I saw this on one of these forums. They asked the question, and I was like, you know what? It got me thinking. Your hometown, where you were raised, not necessarily where you were born, but, you know, what you would consider your hometown. Mm-hmm. Is there one or just maybe a few things that are specific to your hometown? Like, what is your hometown? What are they known for? And this was on a Reddit thread, and people had all kinds of things that they were talking about, their specific hometowns. And I know we have a lot of people who are transient. We have a lot of people who are from Florida. A lot of people who aren't. Even if you're from here, you may be from a different city here in Florida. So I'm curious, Jimmy, is there anything you can think of from your hometown?
Probably, if anything, the history, right? So even if it's the very town that I grew up in, Brookside, Mendham Township, it has a lot of rich history going back to colonial days. And that even transfers over to the actual city-ish, if you want to call Morristown is where I was born. A lot of people know that a little bit more. That's in our history books. George Washington, Jockey Hollow, the way they went from Trenton to New York during the Revolutionary War. It's kind of known for that, the colonial aspect of it. And it's become a very wealthy area too, as of right now. And a couple more people. Whitney Houston was there, I guess, maybe if you want to, like one specific person, that type of thing. John Amos, another actor from back in the day. He lived there at some time. So a little bit of celebrity sightings that way. So those would probably be a couple of the things that people might be known for it. And, of course, right now, Peter Dinklage's hometown was there. You know, that's where he's from.
What about you, G-Man?
I would say...
And what is your hometown?
Thomas Edison.
Okay.
I think that's where it's from. Yeah. He grew up in, that's where he lived, and that's where he...
Well, what's the city?
West Orange.
Okay.
Yeah, going way back. But, yeah, I would say Thomas Edison. That's the biggest thing.
And people know he has his Soul Museum there for him, I believe. I mean, I haven't been that way in a long, long time. But yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest thing it's known for. And hot chicks.
Of course. Of course. So my hometown is Kennesaw, Georgia, and that has a lot of Civil War roots behind it. You have the Kennesaw Mountain, the battlefield over there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But something that I think is
interesting.
Yeah, that's something that is very unique to. My house I grew up in Kennesaw is now it is a historical site.
Did you live there?
No
That's
kidding.
exactly why, because I lived there.
Wow.
No, you can
last week was there a sign?
You can find information, pictures of it in the Civil War Museum in Kennesaw.
There was the Underground Railroad, but it was France.
Has nothing to do with the Underground Railroad that went underneath my house at all. It was all about me. No, so that and
You're
then
being honest.
And then another really weird thing, and I think I told you guys this, is that Kennesaw has a very unique firearms law, and where it is a law.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, that every head of household that lives in the Kennesaw city limits must have a firearm.
And that's still on the books as far as you know?
I believe it's still on the books.
To this day?
Happened. Well, I mean, the law wasn't even passed until 82, so it wasn't even like a Civil War time law. The law was passed, actually it was passed the day before I was born, May 1st, 1982.
So if you don't have a gun.
That was it. They're like, Franny's about to be born the next day. Let's protect her. Everybody
It's going to get
have
crazy
a gun.
around here.
No, so that is still head of household has to have a gun.
And if you don't,
they don't enforce. My dad, who's no longer with us, but grew up in Kennesaw, and that was one of his major first purchases was our house there, and he did not own a gun. Not that I know of. I don't think he did.
Yeah, but
as I said, it's not like they're knocking on the doors going, "Hey, where's your gun?"
That's the thing, right?
You get a summons.
Yeah.
You're parked in the wrong spot and you don't have a gun.
Where's your gun? Go by your house and check it out. But yeah, that was a very unique law that was just to Kennesaw.
That is very unique.
Yeah, so if you have anything, let us know. 47142, that's our text line. You just have to start off with Real Radio. You can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Of course, we have that great talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. Or call us, 877-927-6969, if you have something interesting that's just specific to your hometown.
Even if it's you.
There you
go. You'd be like, I don't want to say anything, but it's me. That's what they're known for. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Monday. We're going to come back with This Day in History and also Trifecta and some good news about Team USA. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Jeffrey's landlord was supposed to come back home after being in jail for about 6 months, but he got released on Monday, but they picked him up and just transferred him to another jail, and it might be because Jeffrey ratted him out for having guns. Are you worried this guy is going to be angry with you when he finally does get out?
Like I said, right now we'll cross that bridge when we approach it.
He's probably counting the days down, right, to get out, scratching it on the concrete
It's like
wall.
that scene in Cape Fear. Remember De Niro? He's all like counting the days down to get out so he can exact his revenge on that family.
Cape
That guy.
on Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
Real Radio welcomes Pierce the Veil and the Used for the Creative Control Tour.
Hitting Meisner Park Amphitheater on Saturday, May 27th.
Has your shot to score a pair of tickets to the show at realradio921.com/contest.
We will bring the tidal wave.
Win your tickets to see Pierce the Veil and the Used for the Creative Control Tour. Register now at realradio921.com/contest.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Clouds are lingering across the area this morning after a lot of rain moved through overnight. It's also a chilly start. Most areas starting in the 50s this morning. Highs today are below average, only near 70 degrees. Should get a little bit more sunshine later in the day. Warming up tomorrow. More sunshine on Tuesday with temperatures near 80.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
There's an ideological war being waged against America's youth. We'll talk to two parents and two authors who wrote the book about it. Carol Markowitz and Bethany Mandela join me on The Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work. It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu, and they're open till 5 a.m. Full nude, full ladies all the time. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. And this Saturday, March 25th, it's Find the Booty, the boat show after party. It kicks off early in the day, happy hour 2 to 6, and the magic continues all night long. If you want the beautiful ladies, there's only one place to go. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Boat show after party this Saturday, March 25th. Peace.
On Ice-T's Daily Game podcast, the cultural icon unveils words of wisdom and motivational quotes he's collected over the years. No punches are pulled as Ice shares his special brand of profound and brutal honesty on topics like romance, success, failure, and more.
You can't sit back and say, I'm going to win this game and not go to practice. You still got to play that game. Faith and your mind is just not going to make it happen.
Listen to Ice-T's Daily Game on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's credit cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. Ramp.com/free. RAMP.com/free.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Men, this is Jeff with the Atlantic Men's Clinic, and I'm pleased to announce the opening of our new location in Palm Beach Gardens. At the Atlantic Men's Clinic, we're proud of our record in treating men with erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, and other men's sexual health issues. And we can't thank our patients enough for trusting us in helping them regain their youthful energy, their sex drive, and the ability to perform when the time is right. We've successfully treated thousands of men for ED and thousands more for low T. And I want to tell you today that if you're suffering with either of these conditions, we can help you with compassion, medical professionalism, and a top-shelf experience. So call us. Your initial visit includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. That's AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 6 offices across Florida to serve you, including our newest offices in Palm Beach Gardens and Coral Gables. Atlantic Men's Clinic, the leader in men's sexual health.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
crash-free in Palm Beach County on the Turnpike and 95, just wrapping up some light volume that we saw this morning. Otherwise, we're looking good. That's traffic. I'm Greg Tam.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Hi, it's Tudor Dixon. Join me on my brand new podcast, the Tudor Dixon Podcast, part of the Clay and Buck Podcast Network. New episodes dropping every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday beginning March 20th on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Think we're just in your car? Think again. Anytime, anywhere. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Monday, first day of spring, and Mr. Sun is out, shaking his ass out there. So letting you guys know it is the first day of spring. Hope you guys had a good weekend and ready to attack another week with a victory. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good morning.
Good morning, Francis.
Hello, good morning.
And now it's time for this day in history and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, let's hear it for Team USA. They won last night 14-2, so they are in the finals for the World Classic. That is tremendous. That doesn't happen much. I think they've only won one time in like the last 25, 30 years.
USA.
So it'll be awesome. It'll be Tuesday night. We don't know who we're playing yet. We will find out, I think, tonight, possibly Japan. But yeah, great team. They've got a great lineup. Not good pitching, but we've had a great lineup. Won last night 14-2.
Who they play? Was it Cuba?
No. I don't know who they played last night. And I watched the game for a couple hours. But they blew out. And another sold-out performance at Miami Stadium, which is unbelievable. But Tuesday night, I know, is the finals. And so hats off to Team USA. They did. Turner had a grand slam last night.
It was Cuba.
Was it Cuba?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I thought that's what
Yeah.
Yeah. So hats off to them. They are in the finals Tuesday night. And maybe we will get a championship, which is great. And before you know it, baseball will be going on. And don't forget, you only got a couple more weeks if you want to see some baseball in our backyard. And then that's it. Then these guys pack their Louis bags and they're gone. The Jets and the Packers, still no deal yet for Mr. Rogers, but he has been seen a lot in New York last week. A couple of my friends saw him at a couple of restaurants out and about. And that was pretty cool, they said. But no deal yet with the Jets and the Packers. And the Sweet 16 is picked, and it's ready to go. And there's only 16 teams left out of 64. And hats off to FAU and the Canes. And to this one bettor who put up some decent money, very good money, $33,000. But he won $495,000 on DraftKings Friday night when Fairleigh Dickinson beat Purdue. It's the second time in the history that a 16 team has beat a one team. It's 150-2 when the 16 teams play a one team. Not spread-wise, just win. So hats off to Fairleigh Dickinson. Good for their college, good for their program, good for the kids, the coach, everybody. Got a lot of notoriety. And played FAU very tough last night. Was very surprised. 18-point underdog, and they ended up winning by only 7. So we got to root for the Owls and the Canes. 2 out of 16, that is fantastic. Let's see what happens. And that is your first trifecta of the day. And now it's up to Jimmy with this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, we're going to go way back, and on a sad note, 678 years ago today in 1345, the Black Death is created, allegedly. According to scholars at the University of Paris, the Black Death is created from what they call a triple conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars in the 40th degree of Aquarius. The Black Death, also known as the Plague, swept across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia during the 14th century, leaving an estimated 25 million people passed away in its wake. 223 years ago today, in 1800, Alessandro Volta reports his discovery of the electric battery in a letter to Joseph Banks, president of the Royal Society of London. 171 years ago today, you might have heard of this book. In 1852, Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe was first published. 107 years ago today, 1916 is the year Albert Einstein presents his general theory of relativity. The revolutionary theory describes the interdependency of matter on one hand and space and time on the other It is one of the most influential theories in physics. 55 years ago today, 1968, Eric Clapton and Neil Young were arrested at their home in Los Angeles and charged with being in a place where it is suspected marijuana is being used.
No.
Say it isn't so. Clapton was later found innocent of the misdemeanor charge. Neil Young paid a small fine. 54 years ago today, 1969, John Lennon married Yoko Ono. 50 years ago today, 1973, Pittsburgh Pirates right fielder Roberto Clemente elected to baseball's Hall of Fame is 11 weeks after his passing in a plane crash. 33 years ago today, 1990, Gloria Estefan suffered a broken back when her tour bus was hit by a skidding truck on an icy Pennsylvania highway. Within a year, she was back on stage. More news on Eric Clapton. 32 years, 1991 was the year Eric Clapton's 4-year-old son, Connor, fell to his death from a 53rd floor window of his mother's apartment in New York City. And of course, that's what prompted the song Tears in Heaven in memory of his son. 31 years ago today, in 1992, Basic Instinct was released, starring Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone. And since then, 326,000 pause buttons have been broken.
Nice.
29 years ago today, in 1994, Indecent Proposal won Worst Picture at the Razzies. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah. I thought that was a great movie. 27 years ago today, in 1996, the Menendez brothers were convicted of first-degree murder for, of course, the death of their parents. 20 years ago today, in 2003, the Iraq War officially begins with the United States, Great Britain, Australia, and Poland invading Iraq. 7 years ago today, 2016, was the year Barack Obama became the first U.S. president to visit Cuba since 1928, arriving for a 3-day tour. And finally on this day, 4 years ago, in 2019, get ready, because Greeks never as much as he's going to after hearing this. Disney acquired 21st Century Fox Entertainment for $71 billion, which means the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool are all part of the Marvel Studios and could possibly appear in the MCU down the road. And that's what happened on this day, March 20th, in our history.
Great job.
71 billion.
And when they wrote the check, they said, hold it to the end of the month.
Yeah, hold it.
We got to pay FP&L.
Yeah, we got one that's got to clear, and then we should be good. $71 billion. I had no idea. I can't believe that's not something we talked about or heard. I'd never heard of that.
$71 billion. Yeah, I got to pay FP&L. And I got my car insurance coming out on the 28th. So just hold it until then. And then after that, we should be good. 877-927-6969 is the number to call if you want to get involved in the program. If your bracket is all messed up, don't feel bad because everybody else's is. It doesn't mean you're not going to win. It just means you don't have a perfect bracket. A lot of people get confused with that. But give us a call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. And you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
I think it was last week, Franny broke the news, and we talked about it here, that when Rick Allen got assaulted.
Yeah, it's at the hotel.
He released a statement. So Rick Allen issued a statement after that attack from last week saying, "Thank you, everyone, for your overwhelming support. Your love and prayers are truly helping." He continued to say, "We ask you to join us in our effort to move from confusion and shock to compassion and empathy." He also said, "We understand this act of violence can be triggering for so many people. To all of the fans, veterans, and first responders in our global community, we are thinking of you all. Together with love, we can all get through these difficult times." Police arrested Ohio teenager Max Hartley, he's 19 years old, after he allegedly attacked the 59-year-old drummer outside the Four Seasons in Fort Lauderdale, as we reported again last week. Allen hit his head after Hartley allegedly came up from behind him and threw him to the ground. A woman who reportedly tried to interfere in the incident was also attacked by Hartley, who began hitting her and dragging her by her hair. Hartley was caught shortly after the incident and has since been charged with 4 counts of criminal mischief, a felony, 1 count of misdemeanor battery, and 1 count of aggravated battery, according to a Fort Lauderdale police incident report. I also saw the other day where his lawyer, Hartley's attorney, had released a statement saying he's an extremely sweet young man.
Oh, sounds like
He's never been in trouble with the law before. The lawyer didn't comment on what provoked the attacks, nor whether Rick Allen, being a band member of Def Leppard, played any part in it. Witnesses say Hartley was heavily intoxicated. I can't picture, even drunk, what would cause somebody to attack somebody else that violently
kill them.
for no reason. I mean, it's not like there was an exchange of, something, some sort of an exchange. Or he just went up behind him and just started to attack him for what appears to be no reason.
Yeah, and he vandalized all those cars, and so
A lot of wackos out there.
lots.
Yep.
Thank God it didn't get worse.
And there's a little bit of an update on Rick Allen. I hope he's recovering. Big fan of our, with us. We love seeing him
nice
each
guy.
year, and especially with his art displays. And of course, he was just down at the Hard Rock playing with the band. So I hope that he recovers quickly and he's doing all right.
Yep, and then kind of staying into music news, I got a little Billy Joel action. So we've talked about how great Billy Joel is with his audience and stuff, and so they came out with a number claiming that he loses over $20,000 every concert because he refuses to sell front row seats.
I'm surprised that number. I thought it'd be a lot more.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then, I told years ago, one of my friends, it happened to him. He got 2 seats. They were sitting up in the 411. Yeah, unbelievable. And they came up to him. And they moved him right down there. I mean, we heard about it. We all did, like other rumors, but it happened. I saw it. And they were like row, 10. It's unbelievable.
Yep. He said, he leaves the first few rows unsold, but doesn't mean, as G-Man mentioned, those seats remain empty. So about 25 years ago, he said, I got tired of looking down at the crowd. He explained during an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, this was back in 2017, so the first row tickets are always scalper tickets, always somebody who paid way too much money to be a big shot sit in the front row. He was like, so I decided, screw this. The real fans are in the back. Since then, he has sent crew members to the seats in the back to find enthusiastic ticket holders. The crew upgrades them to the free front row tickets, and then he gets to enjoy looking down at genuine fans and their reaction while he's performing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I saw it
just
first.
leaves them unsold, the first 2 rows, typically.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that nobody else does, and you would think maybe, but they say they don't do it. I mean, you hear Billy Joe's doing it. Maybe somebody else picks up on it, or somebody, hey, that's something cool. We should do it too. But nobody else has done it. But I had a friend of mine, like I said, and he was an amazement, super Billy Joel fan, way more than me. And it was just crazy. I remember I said to the guy, I go, can I get moved up? And he goes, where are you? And I showed my ticket. He goes, get lost. Yeah, but they did it. And he raved about it for years. Yeah, that is really.
It's going to be a great experience.
Yeah, when you're sitting up top and then you move down just like that.
You're a mega fan like that? Yes.
You hear it once in a while in sports, too, they do it, but it's rare.
I got lucky and when the, what was it? Was it the national championship game? No. When I was just there watching Michigan play.
That's right.
A couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. But we were up 300 level and got brought all the way down.
But you knew somebody.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Very fortunate, yes.
Yeah, this is Billy Joel doing it out of his pocket every day. I mean, it's just unbelievable that he does that. So cool. Really, really, definitely a cool guy. Jimmy, we have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we're super honored. We have Forrest Gump checking in with us. Hey, Forrest, what's going on?
Forrest Gump.
You still running?
Still running.
Well, yes, because of the way the world is today, I changed my movie line. It is now, life is like a box of chocolates with extra nuts. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, you're right. There are a lot of crazies out there. Thank you so much, Forrest.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, extra nuts. So we were talking about what's your hometown known for. I did get one text in here. These people, let's see, from Fort Lauderdale, and said initially it was spring break, right? And I guess now I was not aware that it is the yachting capital of the world.
Is it really?
According to the text at 47142.
I thought they were going to say the elbow room.
He's known for that too.
Yachting capital of the world.
That's
I
what
would
it
have
says
thought that
there.
was maybe in Australia for some reason.
According to this, and we believe everything you send us. So there you go.
Thank you very much. Is it boat show this weekend, right? Or am I mistaken?
The Palm Beach International Boat Show is this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, so let us know what your hometown is known for, or if you did anything crazy on St. Patrick's Day. They said Jimmy Fallon went to a local bar and just jumped on stage and started jamming out some songs, which is pretty cool. Nobody knew he was coming in. He went, I think, a little bit past Manhattan and went up there to a bar and just started jamming. TMZ had that report. Of course, they're everywhere, but I'm sure just people send them the video. And Jimmy Fallon went up there for St. Patrick's Day. And St. Patrick's Day it seemed like it was crazy no matter where you went. And you didn't have to be Irish to celebrate. A lot of people were out and about doing what they had to do and just enjoying themselves. And it seemed like all afternoon on Friday and then into the night. Again, you could call us 877-927-6969. The Billy Joel thing, I think, is so cool that he does that for the fans, that he gives them up close and personal. And it's just a cool, real thing.
Yeah, one of our guys who I know we enjoy, one day maybe we'll get him in the studio or to call us, Adam Sandler. Love him. I think he's fantastic. He's had a lot of spottings down here in Boca Raton.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and everybody who says that they've met him says he's just a really super nice guy. And he just was one of the latest to receive the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so this happened. It always does in D.C. And he had a lot of people show up. It's like almost every comedian came to go see him. Chris Rock was there, Ben Stiller, Dana Carvey, David Spade, Conan O'Brien, Steve Buscemi, Drew Barrymore, Jennifer Aniston, or just to name a few who showed up to represent him. So, yeah, it was very cool. And definitely honor. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, Sandler's had a great career.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, everybody who bumps into him is a super nice guy. Loves sports, always playing basketball, and had a lot of great films. And just seems to have a great reputation with his fans when he sees them and makes time for them.
So now he's joining in on the list of some Mark Twain honorees for humor. Jon Stewart's gotten it before. Dave Chappelle. Julia Louis-Dreyfus has gotten it. David Letterman, Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy are some that have received the award in the past.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Murray was at one of the games on Friday night for University of Connecticut, rooting him on. He was in the stands. They kept showing Bill Murray more than they were showing the game a little. People there was like, all right. He was there rooting on University of Connecticut, who is in the Sweet 16, another East Coast team that made it up there. Yeah, he was there. And again, the brackets were crazy this weekend. And you knew early on there was going to be a lot of upsets. But there were some huge upsets. If you're still alive in your thing, let us know. In your bracket, call us 877-927-6969. Let us know if how you're doing and what do you think. There is a Sweet 16. Can the Canes go all the way? FAU's got a really tough path because they got Tennessee. But we'll see. Kansas, they got B2. Another surprise. So there's only 2 number 1 seeds left out of the 4. And we'll see what happens this weekend. And that's going to be at Madison Square Garden, some of the FAU game against Tennessee. So if you guys want to give us a call or if you want to text us, what is your hometown known for? And it could be you. Say, hey, they're known for me. Let us know. Real Radio 47142. Real Radio 47142. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Let us know about this weekend. We'll tell you we got Supreme Street Golf Carts. We're going to be there on Friday for Greeks Hardwood, 260 North Dixie Highway in Boca. And then on Saturday, the locker room is going to be at Bart Max's in Delray Marketplace, 9089 West Atlantic Avenue.
Here we go, 47142. My hometown is known for sugarcane and football players chasing rabbits. They're from Belglade, Florida.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Somebody from Rochester born there, best known for Kodak.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's the text line, 47142.
Has there been anything, have you heard anything about the Honda Classic getting a new sponsor yet? There was some speculation, but I haven't heard
No,
it.
they haven't announced it yet, but we do know that there was a bunch of people in the mix, and they narrowed it down.
To like 5 or something like that before they make it. Oh, LIV, again, they played this weekend, but not good TV ratings. Their ratings have been really bad. So bad. And I don't know what's going on with them. People just don't have an interest. Again, it's not on a major channel. It's on a cable channel, but the ratings are super bad for them.
That's probably part of the problem.
Yeah, I agree.
I think people are used to watching it on either NBC or CBS, and they've gotten accustomed to that. So that could be a little bit of the issue, maybe.
Yeah, even March Madness. I got a lot of text messages from people not knowing where games were on.
Right.
And they're on TNT or True. Every game is on. And there's some, obviously, CBS is the home thing. The home channel, but a lot of people could not find it. You're probably right. People didn't know where they were going to find them, and they have not done well. Now, some people say that's because they're not interested. What happened with the PGA?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know where to go to watch an LIV tournament.
No, me either. They don't publicize it enough either. They just don't.
I wonder what their ratings are in Saudi Arabia or elsewhere.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're doing okay over there, and they maybe they're not as worried about the American audience. I don't know.
They might not be. Again, they have so much money. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Franny spoke about it last week where they are being sued by LIV nightclub at the Fontainebleau, and for their trademark. We'll see how that works out and who ends up winning that. I think it's going to be pretty much a slam dunk that they're going to have to change their name in the offseason by the time they get to court, because I don't think that they have any leg to stand on. But their ratings are not good at all. Even some golfers that I know, yesterday I saw them, they don't watch it. But, I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. There's so many different choices. There's so much going on. If you're not going to be told where it is, like I said, March Madness, people want to watch, and they didn't even know where that was. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We have coming up some Florida stories. Franny, what do we have?
Speaking of Miami, you mentioned LIV. There was just spring breakers are just out of control. It was a very dangerous weekend down there. I'll let you know what's going on with the curfew. We also have a couple dudes who were causing havoc downtown West Palm Beach, stealing a bunch of stuff. Luckily, they were busted. I'll have details with that. And we have a woman who went all crazy at a McDonald's drive-thru. And man, her pictures, sometimes you just look at somebody and their eyes look like they're crazy.
Yeah, you can see the
She's
evil
got
in their
crazy eyes. Yes, I'll give you all the details when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
This must be why God created YouTube.
Well, this and cat videos. But mainly for the cat videos.
Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Clouds are lingering across the area this morning after a lot of rain moved through overnight. It's also a chilly start. Most areas starting in the 50s this morning. Highs today are below average, only near 70 degrees. Should get a little bit more sunshine later in the day. Warming up tomorrow. More sunshine on Tuesday with temperatures near 80.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
If someone said you get a comprehensive, personalized treatment plan with a medical professional for free to feel the best you ever have, wouldn't you jump all over that? Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin a New Med Spa, they're offering exactly that. It's their optimal wellness program for only $0 with qualifying insurance. Some of the benefits of the program are increased energy, weight loss, better sleep, and a healthier, more revved up sex life. And I'm living proof of all those benefits because I have been on Begin a New's optimal wellness program for a year now, and I've never felt or looked better. And this spring, Begin a New Med Spa has so many deals, like 20 units of Botox for only $199. A small area of laser hair removal is only $89 for 6 sessions. And to get your body summer ready, Begin Anew has a Fat Blaster Shot package for just $280. I'm telling you, you are not going to find deals like this with the quality of work and service anywhere else. To see all their spring specials and to book a consultation, go to beginanewmed.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less.
That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Crash free in Palm Beach County on the Turnpike and 95. Just wrapping up some light volume that we saw this morning. Otherwise, we're looking good. That's traffic. I'm Greg Tam.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
There's an ideological war being waged against America's youth. We'll talk to 2 parents and 2 authors who wrote the book about it. Carol Markowitz and Bethany Mandela join me on the Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to the Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Hey, yo, G, it's Chrissy from the Bada Bing. Your boy, Frankie the Mush, came in Friday and said, give me 20 large on Purdue. It's going to be a rocking chair. And he said, I quote, it's going to be as bad as the time G played Walt Clyde Frazier at the park in Manhattan. Nothing for nothing, he must have forgot you hit that jumper when he was tying his shoe, and that hook shot from the corner, the neighborhood is still proud. Anyway, that wasn't a blowout, but he lost the bet, and we all know what happens next.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, it is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Welcome to the program. This is The Penthouse that you're in. It is the best view in the house on 92.1 Real Radio. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning to Francis.
Hi, good morning.
And now it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Yep. So if you are living in our area, a little bit more south too, I know we get busy here in Palm Beach County, but Fort Lauderdale, Miami area are just absolutely nuts for spring break.
The show.
I was watching videos from Miami, and it's
sad.
It's just crazy. Yeah. You can't people partying in the streets when they're not supposed to. You can't get anywhere. People one guy was 2 miles. It's taken me over an hour and a half to go anywhere. But yeah, now there's also violence, and there was a couple fatal shootings over the weekend. So Miami Beach authorities have issued a curfew. The curfew ended at 6 a.m. Eastern this morning. Police say that 2 shootings appear to be unrelated. First happened late Friday night, and the second shooting took place Sunday morning. The city has declared a state of emergency during this time of year, and they've done this the past 3 years, too.
Mm-hmm.
A state commission meeting is being scheduled to determine if a curfew will be in effect again next weekend. I have a feeling it will be, and this is all due to just people not able to behave here in spring break. Just a couple people, a couple bad apples, and I know there's a few, but they just ruin it for absolutely everybody there.
Very sad.
It is. Excuse me. And then in your Florida, this is weird. So there was a guy who broke into multiple locations, but he was taking everything that he was stealing and dumping it. And I don't know if he was dumping it to come back to it later, but I don't think he was. So his name was Lawrence Franklin King Florida. Yes, his last name is Florida. He is a Florida man with the last name Florida.
That's cool.
Uh-huh.
Smart. Way to represent.
Lawrence Franklin King Florida. Well, he broke into multiple locations on this robbery spree. Along the way, he left behind items from his previous break-ins. So one location he broke into was a restaurant where all he stole were White Claws. Then he took the White Claws and he threw them in a pond out back. Then he broke into multiple barbershops. They say they were his next target, as well as his neighbor saw him on the Ring doorbell camera too, trying to break in. They said there was video of him to be identified by police, which they did. He confessed to all the robberies and then took the police to where he dumped the items that he left behind in other locations, too. So, don't know what that's all about, but yeah,
I love help him out.
I'm just going to steal White Claw and I'm going to throw it in a pond. And then in your Florida, there is a woman who was unhappy at a McDonald's drive-thru over an item that wasn't on the menu. So, she was arrested in Cocoa. So this is what happened. I guess responding officers were told by witnesses that Kwavi Young was behind the wheel of her car, and she went through the drive-thru McDonald's and was upset. So she demanded a cheeseburger bundle. And it's kind of like a combo. It's similar to what can be done for McDoubles or McChickens. And the employee was like, "We don't do cheeseburger bundles." She's like, "But I can sell you a cheeseburger and an a la carte order of small fries.
Okay.
You're going to get the same thing. It's just not going to be bundled together."
But she wanted a bundle.
Yeah. So the woman was upset. She left, came back to the drive-thru, and this time she demanded again. And the woman was like, we're really busy right now. And this is a lot. So then she said that she ended up pulling out a gun. She did. People, what is wrong with people?
Oh.
Yep. So after being told she couldn't, the second time around, she could not be served the meal. It wasn't on the menu. They said that she brandished a pistol. And she was very mad over such a simple issue. She pointed the gun at the victim, verbally threatened them before going to the next window. When police arrived, they said that not only did she have the gun on her, she's getting arrested for that, but she didn't have a valid license either. So she has been arrested. She's facing charges of open carry of a weapon, knowingly driving on a suspended license, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, all over a cheeseburger bundle.
I'm not having a good day. A matter of fact, I am having a very bad day.
That is her.
Apparently.
Having a very
She wasn't
bad
having a good day.
No, having a very, very bad day.
She wanted a bundle. The McDonald's employee, I have audio too from them.
I'm busy.
Got a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm busy.
And then if you were hanging out on Clematis on St. Patrick's Day, you might have gotten some things stolen from you. There were 2 men from Miami. They were arrested when the West Palm Beach police officers apprehended them. I guess they were taking credit cards and cell phones from purses. of people celebrating St. Patty's Day. Just after like 11 o'clock Friday night, 5 women from Boca, Delray, Pennsylvania were on spring break having a good time at Roxy's when they noticed that some of their purses were emptied out. They quickly alerted West Palm Beach Police Department, and the officers confirmed the stolen credit cards were already being used at 2 nearby locations, other bars down there. The men rang up. They said, the ones that they said, like several dollars in charges, including a $75 round of shots. Then when they found the guys, they were able to find them quickly. They said that they dropped the stolen credit cards as they were being removed from the restaurant by police. Then a bartender at one of the bars there realized her cell phone was also stolen. So they ended up finding the cell phones on these guys too. It was Jose Gonzalez Rodriguez of Hialeah and Orlando Milan of Miami. They are now facing charges of credit card theft, credit card fraud, and Milan faces a charge of possession of a stolen credit card and other things on there. So just be careful. We hear it all the time when we have those big festivals, Sunfest, all that stuff. Just keep your stuff closed, keep your stuff tight on you. Maybe don't bring that much valuables with you because especially with the cell phones, people like to pickpocket those things. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05, 1:05. You guys give it to us, and we give it back to you. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We're going to come back, and Jimmy's got some stories about first dates. And 11:45, we got a big giveaway. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
A technology mogul has been branded a creep after he claims to have offered a woman $100,000 to do what on a flight? Oops. What do you think?
Join the Mile High Club.
Go a little more controversial than this.
Join the Mile High Club in blackface.
No.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Join us to celebrate the songs and artists you've loved over the past year.
At our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Hosted by Lenny Kravitz.
With Innovator Award recipient Taylor Swift.
And performances by iHeart Icon Award recipient Pink, Coldplay, Kelly Clarkson, LL Cool J, Keith Urban, Pat Benatar, and Neil Giraldo, Lotto, Money Long, Cody Johnson, and more.
Watch on Fox and listen on iHeartRadio.
Next Monday night at 8 p.m.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. For your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep, switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
What the Florida is sponsored by Superior Street Golf Carts.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic. Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
This is Ice-T. Over the years, I've compiled thousands of inspiring and thought-provoking quotes, and now I'm passing that knowledge on to you in my new daily podcast, Ice-T's Daily Game. In less than 5 minutes, I'll break down why these words matter and reveal personal stories that show them in action in my life. Listen to Ice-T's Daily Game every weekday on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic. Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of the wind in the trees as your RV sits parked in the forest. Is that the call of the majestic owl? And there's the sound of a tree branch crashing into the roof of your RV. Oof, I guess their nest was in that branch. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Hey, it's Megan. It's springtime in South Florida, which means it's heating up. And I have the perfect spirit to help you cool off in this Florida heat. It's Knox and Dunn Florida Rum. How refreshing does a mojito with Knox and Dunn sound for a delicious twist? Or crack open your favorite ginger beer and pour yourself a Florida mule made with Knox and Dunn Florida Rum. And for those of you that think you're not a rum drinker, think again. Knox and Dunn is so versatile that even whiskey and bourbon drinkers have made the switch. Is it because it's aged in American oak bourbon barrels or the fact that they use real Florida sugarcane? All I know is it's time to get my hands on another bottle of Knox and Dunn Florida Rum. Thank me later.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community, today and tomorrow.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Crash free in Palm Beach County on the Turnpike and 95, just wrapping up some light volume that we saw this morning. Otherwise, we're looking good. That's traffic. I'm Greg Tam.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
What a weekend, G. What a weekend. If you had told me that a team was going to beat Purdue from Fairleigh Dickinson, I would have said you're crazy, right? You can hit Secaucus with a rock from there. I'm pretty sure my mother and your mother took a typing class there way back in the day. Tell Jules I said hi. Peace.
You're
Bada
listening
bing.
to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
That is true. You probably can hit a rock from Secaucus, Fairleigh Dickinson. When they pulled up that big upset beating Purdue. Always appreciate you guys getting involved in the show in any capacity. Jimmy, good afternoon. Hey, Francis.
Hi, and a good morning.
Well, speaking of throwing your rock and hitting Secaucus, here's some bad first dates. How about that for a segue?
That's good. It's good.
Not even close. No, but there is a thread out there where some people shared some first date experiences. Some bad, some maybe not so bad. These are some of the ones that jumped out at me, though, and I thought were pretty interesting. One person wrote here that they met somebody on Tinder. They planned to hang out at his apartment. He told me later we couldn't hang out there because his roommates would be home and it would be too loud. So he ended up talking me into going to his mom's house where he had his old room in the basement. This person was then convinced that he never had an apartment and that he was living with his mom. Another person wrote in saying he took me to meet his grandma and it was like being on a job interview. Sweet lady, but it was very awkward. How about this for another story? And call in with yours. First date experiences, 877-927-6969. This person wrote he had to do some shopping at Walmart for a barbecue he was having that weekend. So said, hey, why not just get together and we'll meet up at the Walmart while we're shopping. I guess I didn't want to come across as being rude, so she went ahead and went with it
I'll meet you
anyway.
there. I'll bring my list.
Yeah, why not? Do a little shopping together. Jimmy at realradio921.com. Send us your first date experiences. This person said he asked me to go to his childhood home. It was 45 minutes away just to see it one last time before his family sold it. Sounds weird, but we played in the yard and game room that they had for the little kids downstairs for like 8 hours. They were together doing this, and they had a picnic in an empty living room. I could tell it meant a lot to him to spend one more day there. We are now married.
Oh, that's nice.
So these aren't all bad stories.
Yeah, happy ending.
But pretty strange, right? Go to your childhood home, right? You know, but ended up pretty good. Here's one that we keep hearing more and more about in our area because there's more facilities that are opening for it. We went axe throwing. It was pretty fun, but the guy was interesting. And I guess interesting is in quotes, so you guess what that means.
It is very popular. Even the festivals that I've been working to, they have like the mobile axe throwing places that are out there. Yeah.
Do they have like a trailer or something with a couple of lanes in it that you can do that in?
It's just one, I believe, and obviously it's got like the metal gates on each side of it, so the axe doesn't go everywhere.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah. So
sorry about that.
They make sure it's pretty safe. That's one thing I still haven't done yet. I haven't been axe throwing.
I haven't either. There's one up in Fort Pierce. Maybe we'll go do that one night. Here's one that really stood out to me, and you'll see why here in a minute. So this person describes had a lovely evening with a beautiful dinner and a romantic walk in the park. Sounds great, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
While sitting on the park bench, imagining our second date, he asked me to go to one more place. Home to meet his wife. They're swingers and
oh boy.
and they wanted her to join in.
Wow.
She goes, I'm out. Peace out.
Surprise, like this one. I was invited to go to lunch, and instead he drove to a nudist camp. He took off his clothes at the pool. I didn't. He wasn't pushy about it and didn't try to force anything, thankfully. I was shocked by the whole situation, to say the least.
That is shocking.
Yeah. Hey, you want to go to lunch and instead you go to a nudist camp?
There's a couple of them on the list that involve nudist camps.
Jimmy's the one Jimmy just said, where they were had a nice walk and everything.
It was all romantic and everything.
I want to bring home.
One more place I want to go.
I want to bring my wife.
Go home and meet my wife. Here was one. Parking lot at a school and a Taco Bell. He wanted to score. I wanted to eat. Thanks him for the food, and I left.
Wow. It's got to be a teenager, right? It's got to be. If that's a grown-ass man.
You would think, right?
49 years old.
Got to be a teenager.
That's Bill, just recently divorced.
Oh, boy.
49 years old. He wanted to score, and I wanted to eat.
Finally, on the list that I have, met a guy at the skate park. He asked if I'd go out with him. The next day, I thought he was gorgeous, and when he said I should dress up, I expected something special. He took me to his sister's funeral.
Oh, jeez.
Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Let's get together.
Wow.
Dress up. Make sure you dress up. Okay, we're going to a special place.
Yeah, this one.
Ooh, gonna get us a seat?
He took me to dinner, then to his friend's house for a party. All right, gonna be fun. Nope. It turned out to be recruitment for one of those marketing schemes, the pyramid marketing schemes. Said I got out ASAP, and he wouldn't stop calling me after that. Fool me once, shame on him. But fool me twice. She was like, I ain't no schmuck. That's what she said.
A pyramid scheme. Wow. That is pretty bad.
Bad first dates, even good ones. There was a couple of them on there that weren't too bad or just interesting in general. 877-927-6969. Hey, if you've got the latest iHeartRadio app on your phone, look for Real Radio 921 on there. It's a great way to listen to us anywhere in the country, in the world, in fact. And there's also a little talkback feature. So if you press that microphone in the middle of the screen, you can leave us a talkback, and we will play that on the air, or Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Oh, man, this one. So it's not just guys taking girls to crazy things. This guy says a girl took me to go see where Ted Bundy supposedly hid the bodies of his victims.
Sounds like a keeper.
It's not creepy at all. This one might have turned me off, but it didn't. There's a happy ending with this one. Here we go. Oh, not the first one, but one of the first dates we had. Into the forest by his family farm, sat next to the lake. This was really nice, right? He pulled a rabbit from a trap, not a hat. Pulled a rabbit from a trap, made a fire, proceeded to kill, clean, and cook the rabbit for us.
Nice.
She said, as a city girl, I was first disgusted, then intrigued, and then blown away by how tasty the damn thing was. She said she ended up marrying him. I don't know if I would be okay with that on a
Really?
No.
Well, on a first date, that would be kind of strange. Unless
And rabbits are
you're
adorable.
kind of in that that type of an environment.
Yeah. Listen, I eat. I will eat meat, but I do not want to. I don't want to watch it get killed in front of me. It's not my thing. Not my thing.
How long before we eat? I don't know. Maybe about 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Boy.
That is pretty crazy.
Strange first dates, odd first dates, good ones, bad ones. It doesn't matter. Let us know. 877-927-6969.
Yeah, I like the ones that are crazy, and then you hear, well, they got married, or they're still together, and because a lot of times, sometimes you have their first date, and then the second date's a little bit better.
Here we go. I got a couple of texts because we were talking earlier about the what your hometown is known for.
Mm-hmm.
And we have people who text in at 47142. Start off with Real Radio. First, off the topic, somebody said, it's Monday, not Tuesday, guys. I don't know. Did we say it was Tuesday?
I don't think I did.
I don't know. You probably did.
I might have.
If I was a betting man, my money would be on G.
Probably did.
I didn't.
I don't know.
I didn't notice.
I didn't.
And if it's Tuesday, eventually it will be. So don't worry about it.
What?
Okay.
Who?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just ignore. Then we have here, my hometown is known for sin.
Sin.
The city of sin. Sin.
Vegas?
Lynn, the city of sin.
Vegas?
Lynn, the city of sin. I don't know. That's just what it says there. We also have Penthouse. My hometown is New Orleans, known for the worst bad call by NFL officials. Costing the Saints an opportunity to play in their second Super Bowl. That's from Bobby M.
I agree.
Here we
There's
go.
not too many that are as egregious as that.
Oh, that was brutal. That was bad.
Here we go. Sorry, get away, little thing. Sorry. If my computer will cooperate, I can read the rest of your text. Hopefully that will happen in the next few seconds. But as of now, it does not want to play with me. So.
Probably the only other worst call that I ever saw was Green Bay and the Giants when the refs were on strike. That one year they were on strike, and there was a touchdown pass, a Green Bay touchdown pass. It was Seattle?
Yeah, Monday night.
And it simultaneously, one ref puts hands up for a touchdown, and the other one is waving their arms as a incomplete pass at the same exact time. And that was funny. And it cost them the game. It cost one of the teams a game. Was it Green Bay? And Seattle?
Was Seattle? I don't know. It might have been Green Bay, but it was that was a famous picture that was on all the newspapers the next day, back in the Post. It was crazy. I think a lot of people go back to Dallas too, and Green Bay in that playoff game with Des Bryant the catch.
Right. Okay.
They talk about that. Yeah. You hear a lot.
There are tons of them. Those are just the ones
you pop up.
Always jump out to me as being
no doubt.
so egregious.
You're right. 100%.
There we go. I got a couple of these open right now.
Excellent.
Hello, Penthouse. It's Chris, the bus driver, Staten Island, New York. Besides being hometown of Paul Castellano, it's the largest landfill in the world. It's only the second man-made thing you can see from space. The first is the Great Wall of China. My hometown is known for Jack Nicklaus, the golfer. Brass Ring Cheeseburgers, love the Brass Ring, and Lot Brothers. Bait and Tackle, that's North Palm Beach, Florida. Let's see, my hometown of Sebastian, Florida is probably best known for Pelican Island, which is the first national wildlife refuge to protect non-game birds in the United States, signed into law by executive order by Teddy Roosevelt in 1903.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's a few that came through the text line. You can always participate. What is your hometown known for?
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back with a trifecta and a giveaway at 11:45. We'll be back. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory. Crystal said she's never been to a strip club, so Jeffrey volunteered to take her to one, but it sounds like it wasn't so great. First impressions?
The smell is what hit me first at this place. It was a little musty in a weird way.
Aside from the smell, was it a nice place?
Was one girl who I would say was a wannabe stripper and probably a meth addict or something. I mean, she had no teeth. Her teeth were just those little slivers of teeth.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu, and they're open till 5 a.m. Full nude, full ladies all the time. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. And this Saturday, March 25th, it's Find the Booty, the boat show after party. It kicks off early in the day, happy hour 2 to 6, and the magic continues all night long. If you want the beautiful ladies, there's only one place to go. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Boat show after party this Saturday, March 25th. Peace.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our products are Energy Star rated and made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, 10-piece Crispy Nugs, or a medium strawberry lemonade. Pair any two for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Spring is in the air this March at Gulfstream Park Casino. Join us every Saturday and take a spin in the fan favorite Wheel of Winners game. 5 winners will be selected every hour to win a share of over $15,000 in free play. On April 1st, Gulfstream Park Casino is giving away a brand new QX50 Infinity and $15,000 in free play at the Derby Day Car Giveaway. Earn entries all month long in March and 25 times entries every Sunday. You're sure to find thrills at Gulfstream Park Casino.
Palm Beach Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only. Try again. Palm Beach Harley doesn't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax. Have you heard how many agents they've hired? 2 words, dude. Low profile. Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley. Palm Beach Harley is part of the #1 volume Harley dealer group in South Florida. Don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment. 100% of all credit applications considered, and every pre-owned Harley discounted by your sales tax at Palm Beach Harley now through Sunday.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Crash free in Palm Beach County on the Turnpike and 95, just wrapping up some light volume that we saw this morning. Otherwise, we're looking good. That's traffic. I'm Greg Tamp.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals.
Get great looks, durability, and energy efficiency in your next roof at Tri-County Metals. Need financing? No problem. Tri-County Metals offers great financing options as well. Learn more at TriCountyMetals.com. Next day delivery is available. TriCountyMetals.com.
As many as half of workers battling cancer choose to hide their condition from their employers. It's time for those in charge to take charge. Together, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and Publicis Group are urging companies worldwide to take a stand and pledge to help create a more open, supportive, and recovery-forward culture at work. Half of us will get cancer during our lifetime, but we all have a role to play. Sign the pledge today at workingwithcancerpledge.com and follow hashtag WorkingWithCancer on social media.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend and you're off to a good start this week. You're in the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And, of course, Francis is here.
Hey.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Hats off to Team USA. They did win last night in the World Classic Baseball Tournament, and now they are in the finals Tuesday night. We do not know our opponent yet, but it's Team USA winning 14-2 yesterday, and they beat Cuba. So hats off to Team USA. They're having a good, obviously, tournament. They're in the finals, and for the first time in a long time, they may win it all. That game tomorrow night is right in our backyard. It's where the Marlins play down in Miami, and it's been sold out every night there's been a game down there. So great crowds. I mean, everybody's been showing up. It's packed. You watch it on TV, the excitement. I haven't seen baseball games like this maybe since the World Series. It is crazy the turnout that they get down there. The Sweet 16 is ready to go, and that will start on Thursday night. And FAU Owls won last night over Fairleigh Dickinson, and the Canes beat Indiana. So two teams right in our backyard added a 16. We got a shot, people. We do have a shot. FAU, again, making their name known throughout the country with this big little run that they're on. So hats off to the Owls. I hope that they keep winning. And the Canes, great performance last night against Indiana. And Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, it seems like it's going to happen. We just don't know when. But as of today, no deal has been set between the Jets and the Packers. It's been speculation. He says he wants to come here. The Packers says they want to move on. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully it happens within the next week or two, hopefully before the draft happens. The draft is in next month, and that's in Kansas City. And that is your noontime trifecta. Peace.
So I got a couple texts in. One was about a bad situation with a date.
Okay.
And then I have two hometown ones, and I apologize, Steve and Boca. I am probably going to ruin some of these guys' names, so I'll ask you guys, because they're athletes. At 47142, we have my hometown of Montrose, Michigan, is known for Dan Severn. No? Scott Aldred.
Scott Aldred, yeah, I've heard him.
Dan Severn. No?
Severn.
Ring a bell?
No.
The name rings a bell.
Okay.
I mean, I think I've heard it.
I
don't know.
J.I. Abbott.
Jim Abbott?
Maybe it just says
pitcher?
J.I.
Maybe a pitcher. He played for Michigan.
There you go.
And the Yankees.
Yep, he might have just been voice texting because it just says J.I. on there.
Oh, okay.
Said both played in the MLB. Not bad for only 409 kids in high school total.
That's all.
It's a very small town.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yep. And obviously also known for Stephen Boca, Nutter's wife, lover.
Oh, that's the big thing.
His wife's lover. Yes. And then
well, that's what he's really known for.
Yes, yes,
Nutter's wife's lover.
Then we have Hackensack, New Jersey.
Yes.
Not only my birthplace, but also Joe Lynn Turner of Deep Purple and Rainbow, also mentioned in Billy Joel's Anthony's song, Who Needs a House Out in Hackensack, I guess, is one of the lines. The local high school gymnasium was also the filming location for Kool and the Gang's music video, Victory.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Little fun fact for you.
There you go. So thank you. And then we have a awkward situation with a date. My wife set up a friend of mine with a friend of hers. All four of us go to dinner. Halfway through, my friend says to the girl, I'm obviously not getting anywhere with you. Do you know any prostitutes?
Wow.
Your friend sounds like a gem.
How about if she said, I am one? I just didn't want to tell you.
Even better. Here's your invoice.
There you go.
I was going to wait until after the meal.
So that could have been considered kind of rude, right? I have here the most polite states and the least polite. So there is a new report that says the most polite state in our country is...
I'm going to go with either one of the Carolinas or Vermont.
Okay.
Just a guess.
All right.
I've read the article, so.
Okay, it's Montana.
Really?
Montana, yes, is the most polite state. So, of course, we talk a lot about Southern hospitality, and you would think, right, it would be the South. But there are reports, and they show these different highlights of different parts of the country. And they analyze Google searches, including polite terms like please, thanks, excuse me, beg your pardon, cheers, friendly, sir, and thoughtful are some of the words. And at the end, yes, Montana was named the most polite with more than 270,000 searches per 100,000 residents containing polite terms. Vermont was second, followed by Alabama, Minnesota, Delaware, Wyoming, Arkansas, Utah, Hawaii, and then Idaho.
Why do we have to go with that? Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep.
We're going to Forrest Gump mode.
Yes.
Hawaii.
Hawaii was on there, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's on vacation. Everybody's nice.
Only places I've driven through Alabama, Minnesota I've been to. People were very nice there. Utah, very nice place too. They said on the other end, who do you think were the ones who were not so polite? Who do you think was at the bottom of the list? Or should I say the top of the least?
I mean, I got to say,
Polite.
I mean, just because you always hear New Yorkers are so brutal, but that's not New York State. That's the city of Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with New York and California. No, Texas.
Really? Texas, huh? California.
Yeah.
California was the one.
Number one?
Yes.
Wow. Damn.
For
Should've
being
stayed
the
my
least
first guess.
for being the least polite. Now, why I have questions. Why were you thinking
Texas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just, I from what I've always heard, they don't like people that are not from Texas. Again, just speculation. I was in Texas twice. That's just something I heard.
Okay.
California, I was close. I did think them. And I just thought New York
is in the middle.
Yeah.
It is. It's in the middle, which I'm surprised by, too,
Now-
because you do hear that.
And then again, the criteria is what people searched online, and when they did, they put in, things that were nice. Like they would say, how was your day, sir? So adding the sir makes it seem polite or come across that way. And that's their Google searches is the way they came up with it. So it's kind of a shady way of because I think Kansas was one of the worst ones on there.
It
And
was
I'm like,
after California.
man, let me tell you, there's nothing nicer than Midwestern people. I mean, they are just the most polite people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, it went Kansas is second worst, then Illinois, Louisiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Oregon, Massachusetts, Florida.
Yeah, I got to agree with you 100%, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Florida.
and again, the Southern hospitality, usually known for it a little bit more down in our neck of the woods. And, I could see Florida is such a mixed state now. I mean, we have so many people from different areas of the country. So I can see why that might not be up there as
North
as
Florida
much.
is the South.
But
South Florida is different.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's true.
True.
That's why a lot of times they talked about cutting the state in half. Because they always said that. They're two different states. It really is. But New York, like I said, when you say New York, you think Manhattan, but that's just the city. You got the rest of the state, obviously. And supposedly, up north of New York, they're people very nice.
And, even at that, New York City is one of those weird things. Like, it's known for having that where people are rude and crass and that type of thing. But they'll give their neighbor the shirt off their back. I mean, they really do have a sense of as big as New York City is, they do have the small communities where people look out for each other.
Yeah.
So there is that aspect of it as well that's up there. But I understand your point. That's the typical way that people mostly think about it. But going by a Google search and saying please in a Google search is how they come up with this criteria. It seems kind of
And they also talked about the most common on the same article, like nicknames couples give each other.
Okay.
They do. So this was something I had a bit ago, but Florida is stupid.
Pookie Bear?
No, it's Bay, B-A-E.
Bay? Yeah.
Yep, that is the most. Cutie is on there. That's like Arizona, Kentucky.
What is
I love Shorty. Shorty is one of the terms of endearment in a couple states too, including New Jersey.
Oh, I did see that.
Connecticut, Ohio, Virginia. Baby Daddy has 5 states on the list.
I'm sure it does.
Georgia, Michigan, Tennessee, Texas, and West Virginia.
Georgia isn't one I would go to.
Oh.
All good football teams.
Yeah, Baby Daddy. Bay, Florida, Indiana, Louisiana, New Hampshire, South Carolina. Boo.
Boo. I've heard Boo.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Boo's
Now, where's Boo? What is
Alaska, Idaho, North Dakota, and Oklahoma. I know. Sweetie was on there. Hawaii, Maine, Mississippi, New Mexico. Hubby. My husband's my hubby. I call him hubby. Delaware, Iowa, Nebraska, Vermont. Let's see.
What does Bay stand for again? I always forget that.
Bay. It's
Babe?
we're
Just short for babe?
we're just taking away a B.
I thought it was an acronym for something.
Oh, maybe it is. I always just thought it was like the same thing as
Babe.
Babe.
Right?
Yeah, just call you Bay.
Hey, Bay.
Jimmy, you might be right. I don't know.
Boo. I've heard Boo a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Biatch. It's Jersey. Yeah, if you had a pet name, let us know what it is and where you're from, and we'll see if it fits the criteria of this list. Yeah, I like the thing with the polite states is just, I remember going into the city when I was young and people were like, don't ask anybody for directions. Don't ask anybody for directions unless it's a cop or a fireman, somebody like that, or a port authority. If not, they're going to give you the wrong directions. So you just went in there, did what you had to do, and hopefully you figured out where the hell you were going way before MapQuest, obviously. Yeah, let us know if you have any cities that you think are polite, states that you think are, that you've traveled to, that you said, man, they're so nice. You hear a lot about the South, too. They're so nice. They're very polite, stuff like that. The Carolinas.
Yes, the Urban Dictionary has it as before anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but
I did not know that.
When I did another search, a lot of times they just say it's referring to your significant other, whether it's a girl or a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's why those are all terms of endearment.
Or it's also known as a shortened version of, as you guys were saying, baby or babe. So, yep.
All right, guys, there it is. If you got something to add to this list, let us know.
Well, maybe you want to take your bae to see Matchbox 20. We've got a pair of tickets that you can win right now. Give us a call, 877-927-6969. Matchbox 20 is going to be playing with special guest Ben Rector for the Slow Dreams Tour, Friday, July 7th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. This is a perfect show to go to because it's not on a school night. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. Super simple. I read you a quote. You tell us who said it, Greek, Francis, or myself.
877-927-6969. That is the number to call. And don't forget, we will be out this week, real radio at Supreme Street Golf Carts, 260 North Dixie Highway in Boca Raton. That'll be on Friday. Playing some Greek gridiron, your chance to go against me for some college basketball games and to win a prize. And then Saturday, the locker room will be at Burton Max's in Delray Marketplace, 9089 West Atlantic Avenue, 11 to 3. The locker room will be there, myself and Joe. And on Friday, Supreme Street Golf Carts, 260 North Dixie Highway. Francis and I stop by. Great place. If you want a golf cart, that's where you got to go. You want to be a bowler, they can do everything you want to that golf cart. These guys are definitely the best. And they're so much fun to just buzz around a golf cart. Something that down the road I might want to try to do. Probably better on gas than what I do now. But those are going to be 2 days that we're out next Friday and Saturday. Supreme Street Golf Carts on Friday. And Burton Max's at the Delray Marketplace, one of my favorite spots. Love having lunch there, brunch, great place for dinner. Always good food at Burton Max's. Jimmy's getting everybody together. Once he gets everybody together, we will start the contest, and your chance to win tickets to Matchbox 20. And tomorrow afternoon, we might have a special guest, a couple guys from, I believe, Skid Row.
Yeah, you are correct.
From, I believe, 135, they're going to be joining us, and then they're doing a live performance here, I think, in studio.
At the Gator Studio, yeah.
So they'll be with us maybe at 1:30. A band from New Jersey. And we'll ask them if they bet on Fairleigh Dickinson. See if they had any money on it. Probably not. But you never know. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get in the chance to win tickets to Matchbox 20.
Let's start our contest today with James. James, welcome to the Penthouse.
How's it going?
It's going good, James. I hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day and a nice weekend. Thanks for listening to Real Radio. How long have you been listening?
For about a year now.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
What do you
All
think?
right.
We passed?
Jay's like, I tell you this all the time, guys.
Are we passing? I mean, are we getting a good grade?
I remember, James.
Randy remembers you.
Let's do this.
All right. Let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to see Matchbox 20. I'm going to read you a quote, James. You got to let us know who said it, Greek, Franny, or myself. All right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here is your quote. Let's find a good one here. All right. And... all right, here is your quote, James. You guys can just keep on pumping out whatever you're doing. You guys can just keep on pumping out whatever you're doing. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'm going to go with Francis.
Nice job.
Wow, that's great.
That was Miss Francis, and this is what it sounded like.
You guys can keep on pumping out whatever you're doing.
Yeah, just keep pumping it out.
Keep on doing it.
Nice job. All right, James, I'm going to put you on hold. If you would, hang tight for a couple minutes. When we go to break, I'm going to come back on the phone line with you off air and get a little more info and get you set up. All right, bud?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's how you do it, kids.
Great job there, James. Listen in a year. Hopefully you have another 19 in you. Thank you, Jimmy, for your help with the contest. Matchbox 20, every day is a giveaway on the Penthouse. We always appreciate you guys listening and supporting our sponsors, and this is one way we try to give back to you. First way is to give you great entertainment every day, but the second way is to give you a prize at 11:45. What would you rather have, great entertainment or a prize? Probably a prize.
Well, it just depends on the price, I guess.
Again, we had on the table first dates that were good and bad ones, too. You probably remember the bad ones. But if you have any that you like to share with the audience, call us 877-927-6969. Also, you can text us at Real Radio. Put that in first, please, and then 47142. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. First dates that were good or bad. Or maybe a first date that you went on, you're like, this is never going to go anywhere again. And then surprised that it went someplace else. And we've heard about some of them where people end up getting married, which I think is pretty cool when you end up going out. And sometimes you got to give somebody a second chance. And that's really up to the individual. Some people, you get one chance and that's it. How about first dates that you think went great and then you never went out with the person again?
Yeah, like they ghosted you or something. You thought everything was going great. How about that dude that didn't order cheese on his hamburger and the gal just like, okay, peace out. Paid the bill though. Paid the bill. That's the one part of that story that just jumped out at me. Usually if you're just going to leave and you're not happy, you just take off and stick the other person with the bill, but at least she paid for it and said adios. And then apparently, though, something turned around. There was a follow-up you had mentioned, Franny, that
she went back out with him.
She ended up at least going to have another date. I don't know if the date actually
According to her, or maybe she was just doing that because she was getting a bunch of crap.
Yeah, she was.
That could have been it. Who knows? But sometimes you find yourself maybe going to a movie on a first date, and there's some really funny reasons for people to hate movies. And I think we've all watched movies and not loved everything that we've seen, right? Yeah. Sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, I cannot believe I just sat through 2 hours of that.
I can't get that back.
I can't believe I did that. And I want to know, like, if you have any ridiculous reasons for maybe not liking a movie. So this was a thread that went on to Reddit, and it's the most ridiculous reasons people have for hating a movie. And we have somebody even talking about not themselves. This one in particular says, my mom didn't like The Departed because she couldn't tell Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio apart.
Wow.
She said, therefore, she found the plot very confusing.
That is funny.
I know.
I think they look a lot, very different, but who knows?
I think they look different too, but hey.
Yeah, I get it.
Here
Who's
we go.
the good guy? Who's the bad guy?
Right. I had a coworker just yesterday say how much she absolutely hated Knives Out. And I like Knives Out. It's a good movie if you haven't seen it because Daniel Craig was not like James Bond at all in it because he wasn't playing James Bond silly.
Yeah. How many times does that happen where you have the picture of somebody, people that love the Jason Bourne movies and then they see him outside of that role, or people to get typecast into certain roles in somebody's mind.
Mm-hmm. We have when Mad Max Fury Road came out, I was talking to a friend who really disliked it. He was shocked when he said, I loved it. I asked what he didn't like about it, and he said, where did they get all that chrome from? It's like, My brother dismissed the Dark Knight trilogy because his face looks squished inside of his Batman mask. The worst part is he's not wrong. We have my mother at this point in her life refuses to watch any movie that doesn't have either horses or a cooking montage in it. I convinced her to go see The Last Jedi because of the horse-like creature at the casino planet and the new Avatar because of the same. She said she hated both of them because they weren't horsey enough. So she's got specific things she wants to see in a movie.
Yeah, I can understand.
And it is a horse in a cooking montage.
Cooking montage. Huh. That's interesting.
These are people who say that they have really dumb reasons for hating a movie. I once saw a 1-star review for The Princess Bride. How dare them, by the way. It's a great movie. That complained there were no moral lessons learned in it. I think there's moral lessons in Princess Bride.
I never saw it, but I mean, there could be a moral lesson in every movie. You have to
never seen The Princess Bride.
No,
I made my husband watch it for the first time. His name was Carrie Ellis, and Robin Wright was in it. She used to be Robin Wright Penn, but Robin Wright. Is it Jim? You've seen it, right? The Princess Bride.
I don't think so. No, I haven't.
Or who is that? You guys, it's so good. Andre the Giant's in it too. Never seen it.
No, man, that's not with Billy Crystal, is it?
Yes, he's in it too.
I didn't see it.
So many people. It's such a great movie.
Carrie Ellis?
Ellis. Yeah, Ellis. Yep.
Ellis?
Mm-hmm.
What's the theme behind the movie?
Love. Love is a theme.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe I'll check it out.
Yep.
Oh, Fred Savage?
Fred Savage is the little boy. Like the grandfather is telling him the story as he's in bed sick.
Yeah.
And the story is the Princess Bride story.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
So it's a nice movie.
I mean,
It's got a nice message.
yeah, it's from 1987.
Yeah, I mean, I might have seen it years ago. It doesn't ring a bell, though.
Okay. But yeah, it is very good if you have not seen that. So yeah, let us know. What are some dumb reasons you don't like a movie? just for one reason or another. Can you think of any off the top of your head?
Oh, man. Does this include porn?
Whatever.
Because
whatever.
I can name a couple then. No. Well, probably the one thing, and boy, if we ever have him on as a guest, I'm going to have egg on my face. But what's his name that I'm not a big fan of?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
And it's just because you don't like him.
I don't know. I've tried 3 or 4 of his movies. I don't get into his style of humor is all. And I know it's me, not him, because he has such a big following and a lot of people love him. And so I don't say he's not talented. I don't say that he's not funny. He's just not funny to me. That's all.
Some movies that I watch at home, I never went into movies, but I like them. And I think I'm like, but I don't even, like I'm watching, I'm like, man, like Fast and Furious, every time they're on, I'll watch them. You don't think about it, you know what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm like, that movie really wasn't that good. Why did I watch it? But I just keep watching it. I don't know. Just certain movies you just do. You watch them for whatever reason. It is the Penthouse. If you got any, jump in. Let us know. Also, if you did anything for St. Patrick's Day that was pretty crazy. First dates that were crazy. And how is your bracket? That's right. It can't be good. Nobody's in.
Definitely busted.
Yeah, that's right. There's no perfect brackets left, but maybe you still got a chance to win, which is always a good thing. It is the Penthouse. It is a Monday. We're going to come back with some fun facts and a lot more on a Monday. Peace.
This must be why God created YouTube. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Bobcat of Palm Beach.
Get ready for another busy season of grass cutting, shredding, loading, digging, or moving. Bobcat of Palm Beach offers an extensive lineup of tough Bobcat equipment that gets the job done. Stop in at 5731 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach or call 800-BOBCAT-0.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
What would you do if the secret cabal of the most powerful folks in the United States told you, hey, let's start a coup?
Back in the 1930s, a Marine named Smedley Butler was all that stood between the U.S. and fascism.
I'm Ben Bolin.
I'm Alex French.
And I'm Smedley Butler. Join us for this sordid tale of ambition, treason, and what happens when evil tycoons have too much time on their hands.
Listen to Let's Start a Coup on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite shows.
Hey, it's the Greek for Superior Street Golf Carts. All makes, all models. Whatever you want for your golf cart, they will make it happen at Superior Street Golf Carts. The Penthouse will be live on Friday, 3/24 for Greek's Hardwood at their Boca Raton location. Supreme Street Golf Carts is the place to be if you want a golf cart like no other. If you want to be a baller, if you want to stand out, there's only one place to go. Supreme Street Golf Carts. Peace.
You know, a cyber thief can steal the equity in your home without you even knowing. Now, it's a financially devastating scam. It's called home title theft. Now, cyber thieves hunt for the title of your home online. Then they'll forge your signature on a transfer document stating that you sold them your home when you didn't. Then they'll take out loans on your home with your equity, or they'll sell it to an unsuspecting buyer. And by the way, they're gone. Your money's gone also. Your home is not in your name anymore. And now you're hiring attorneys to try and save your home. I protect my home, my equity with Home Title Lock. You should too. Home Title Lock, they put a virtual shield around your home's title. Now, that's the instant they detect activity or tampering around your home's title. They help shut it down and shut it down fast. First things first, get a free title scan with sign up to verify your home is safely in your name. Then mention my name, Sean, and you get 30 days of protection at HometitleLock.com. That's HometitleLock.com.
We know that aging is not for the faint of heart, but the Landing of Lake Worth celebrates the rewards of aging and tackles the challenges head on. We believe life should be joyful at every stage, so we have a unique focus on wellness of mind, body, and spirit, bringing an unparalleled sense of optimism to residents and their families. Come home to personalized assisted living and memory care services at the Landing of Lake Worth, where happiness never grows old. Visit thelandingoflakeworth.com for more information. That's thelandingoflakeworth.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
So I'm bullish on used cars right now. Go to my website, givemethevin.com, and you will get a great experience. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
They, before anyone else. BAE. Before anyone else.
You're listening to The Penthouse Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you want to check us out in studio, go to our website, go to Real TV. It's always sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful girls are and the great party atmosphere. And this Saturday night, they got a big after boat show party that's going to have a lot of cool things going on and some beautiful ladies and great food. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
And it is time where we do our first edition of the week of Fun Facts.
It's Freddy's Fun Facts.
Well, today is a holiday that hopefully a lot of you are not celebrating or have gone through. It is Alien Abduction Day. Did you know that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Alien Abduction Day.
Got to look up when you're walking.
Got to be careful. So I have some interesting facts about aliens and UFO, if you believe. There were a total of 12,618 UFO sightings from 1948 to 1969. That's it. Just between there's that many. The Air Force investigation of UFOs began in 1948 and was known as Project Sign. They later renamed it Project Grudge. And then it became Project Blue Book in 1953. But there was a ton of sightings. Like I mentioned, that was over 12,000. They did say that out of that 12,000 number, 11,917 were explained. Most of them were balloons, satellites, aircrafts. They also said some of the sightings were caused by lightning, reflection, weather, hoaxes, and astronomical objects such as the sun, moon, stars, and planets. Mm-hmm. Look at the sun. They're like, there's a UFO.
There it is.
That's the sun.
Imagine when you get that left on your
oh my
voicemail.
God.
That was the sun.
That
sir.
was the moon. Those are stars. That is not a UFO. But only 701 of those still remain unidentified.
Ooh.
Yes. The term UFO was first used in 1947. There was a flying saucer reported by the pilot, Kenneth A. Arnold, was given the term UFO, or unidentified flying object, and it was used to describe any aerial object that was seen but not identified. They also have here on these news, did you know, Jimmy, you may know this, UAP? What's another term to describe unidentified flying objects?
UAP?
Yeah, have you ever heard of it?
Unidentified aerial something?
Aerial phenomena.
Phenomena, no,
yes,
okay.
I've never heard that before. Yep, as another term to describe it. They then put together a task force to detect and analyze UAPs that could potentially pose a threat to our nation's security, national security.
Seems like a modern day for it. I think because it may not necessarily be flying, and that's the way they're trying to rebrand it.
Yep. They said numerous scientists stationed in Antarctica have seen UFOs. Say, although there have been a lot of claims and strange sightings over Antarctica that seem mysterious, most of them can be explained by weather, balloons, or geographical ice patterns. This one, in anticipation, and you probably remember this, Heaven's Gate. The anticipation of a UFO sighting caused mass suicide.
Oh.
The Heaven's Gate mass suicide claimed 39 victims in 1997. Heaven's Gate was a religious cult led by Marshall Applewhite, whose members were convinced that an alien spacecraft was hidden behind a comet so that it would be undetected. Him and his 38 followers drank a lethal mixture and then lay down to die. They were hoping to leave their bodily containers, enter the alien spacecraft, and pass through Heaven's Gate into a higher existence. That guy brainwashed them all.
Yeah.
Do you remember that story?
Yeah, I do remember vaguely talking about that, yeah.
1997 seems, we're, 26 years?
26, yeah.
Yeah, but it's, to me, I felt like that was a lot longer ago. They said even back in the day, ancient Romans, their scholars wrote about these strange aerial sightings. Thousands of Americans have taken out insurance against aliens. Did you know you could do that?
I did not know
I did not either.
I'm calling Allstate today.
I didn't either.
Like a good neighbor.
They say it's preposterous as it seems. There are a great number of people who have taken out insurance against being abducted by aliens. One insurance broker, his name is Mike St. Lawrence, has been selling this insurance for 34 years.
Bet he's making a killing.
Oh, you know he is. What a scam.
No payout.
Never been paid out. Never had a payout yet.
He sells sells the $10 million alien abduction insurance policy for just $24.95.
Wow, it's a bargain.
It is. It's a great deal.
How much coverage?
$10 million.
$10 million
if you get abducted
for $24.
Yes.
Wow. Hold on. What was that number? 1-800. You're an idiot.
1-800. You're an idiot.
This poor, but not this poor guy. These poor people. This guy is making money off of that.
He's probably got a mansion.
Watch me say that, and then somebody gets abducted by aliens.
Yeah. It's going to happen today.
Damn it.
It's the first day of spring, too. Watch it.
Oh, boy. Watch it. Why is it? Does it happen a lot during spring?
Apparently.
Okay. Scientists have been trying to communicate with aliens since 1960. The Project Ozma, scientists have been trying to communicate. I don't know if we've had luck yet, though. I think they always think like, oh, something's happened, but I don't know. They actually even scientists sent them a mixtape back in 1977. NASA created a mixtape to send to aliens. It consisted of 2 LP records with tracks of global music, greetings in different languages, and sounds of the planets.
Sure.
The LPs were attached to 2 robotic probes that were launched that year to send a sign to extraterrestrial civilization that, hey, we exist.
Did you say probe?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Off the glass. And in.
Oh, boy. And just 2 more here. The Pentagon got hundreds of new reports of UFOs just last year, 2022. Officials say but they believe the rise in UAP reports is due to the U.S. government trying to, they said they're doing something with the topic of UAP. Instead, they want to recognize the potential risks as both an aviation hazard and potential foreign surveillance efforts. Many people believe that they have been abducted by aliens. According to ABC News, whether we believe it or not, a growing number of people are convinced that they have been abducted. However, psychologists say that the media-generated images of alien kidnappings can become easily ingrained in our subconscious and then vividly reenacted in our dreams.
Sure.
So then they think that it actually did happen to them, which is quite interesting. If you've been abducted by an alien, let us know. 47142. Let's start off with Real Radio.
877.
I want to hear your story.
6969.
No, if I do, I want to hear your story.
Let us know.
I'm very curious. There
Be
you go.
careful today because it's the first day of spring and a lot more people are out on the first day of spring. So today's a good shot that you might get grabbed. This is really a public service announcement for everybody. This has been all over the news. If you're getting any calls from the Boca Raton Police Department saying that you owe a summons, do not pay it. They do not call you up, and they do not ask you to pay anything over the phone. It's been on a lot of the news stations. I've heard of radio stations. One of my buddies called me last night, told me about it.
And it's specifically Boca Raton, huh? It's a scam going on there?
Yeah, and so just if you get a phone call like that, hang up, don't pay attention, and don't pay them.
They're never going to ask you for money over the phone.
No, and that's what they were saying. We're never going to ask you for money over the phone. It's not real, and it's a scam. And then obviously they get a lot of your information, credit cards and stuff like that. And you got to be careful.
Okay, so while you're there, I can just bring this up quickly because they did release this in we're a hotbed here in South Florida for scams, but a lot of them you get via your email. Even your cell phone these days. Weird text messages. Yep. And so, like, I even get one saying that my Netflix password, like weird ones like that. Like, I got kicked out, and my husband has that Netflix account, not me. So I never click on it. I get random Amazon ones all the time. I get some from my broker, which I know it's not him because I have his actual phone number. It's weird. You get all kinds. But they do claim that these are some of those hot words when you are looking, and specifically these words are places. So 4 common word scammers and phishers will put in their emails. I said, if it weren't so annoying, it would be impressive how realistic some of these emails look. We get them at work sometimes, and they're trying to be like, "Hey, don't click on this.
Do not."
Boy, I got one the other day. Was talking. I was asking Franny about if she had gotten it because I thought it might have been a scam, but it had our iHeart logo in it, and it was like about your prescription drug plan, and here's where you click here to sign up and all that stuff or whatever. Just kind of summarizing real quickly. But the way they used our logo, and it came to my work email, not my personal one at home. And I thought, wow, I don't know. So I asked Franny. She didn't get one. So that's when I knew it was a scam, and I reported it as such.
Good. Yeah, it is crazy how legitimate they make these look. But they look like they're coming from major companies. IT experts at Trend Micro wanted to find the common threads with them. What they did find out is that 4 major companies are overwhelmingly mentioned in these emails. Binance, which I'm not familiar with, Tinder, Costco, and Walmart.
Okay.
Most of the emails will tell you that you either need to source your account, or they'll have a link that looks very realistic. Said if you're in doubt, look at the email address it came from. If it seems suspicious, it probably is. So don't click on it. They said just delete it and go on with your life. But that's interesting that those 4, if you would get anything with emails that have Walmart, Costco, Tinder, or Binance, that's where most of the scams are coming from.
Stay away from them.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse. Don't stay away from us. We'll be back in a few minutes in the Penthouse. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
A technology mogul has been branded a creep after he claims to have offered a woman $100,000 to do what on a flight?
Oops.
What do you think?
Join the Mile High Club.
Go a little more controversial than this.
Join the Mile High Club in blackface.
No.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Join us to celebrate the songs and artists you've loved over the past year.
At our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Hosted by Lenny Kravitz.
With Innovator Award recipient Taylor Swift.
And performances by iHeart Icon Award recipient Pink, Coldplay, Kelly Clarkson, LL Cool J, Keith Urban, Pat Benatar, and Neil Giraldo, Latto, Money Long, Cody Johnson, and more.
Watch on Fox and listen on iHeartRadio.
Next Monday night at 8 p.m.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring sonic and sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu, and they're open till 5 a.m. Full nude, full ladies all the time. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. And this Saturday, March 25th, it's Find the Booty, the boat show after party. It kicks off early in the day, happy hour 2 to 6, and the magic continues all night long. If you want the beautiful ladies, there's only one place to go. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Boat show after party this Saturday, March 25th. Peace!
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Bright Future scholarships are available to all Florida students pursuing higher education after high school. And now, students with part-time jobs can use their hard work to qualify in place of volunteer hours. That means you can get cash for college every time you cash your paycheck. So don't ghost your funds. Get your Bright Future scholarship your way today. Visit floridabrightfutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures case. What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics?
They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
It's a pretty quiet drive throughout the Palm Beaches this Monday afternoon. You've got some debris on the road in Lake Worth, though, 95 northbound at Lantana. Over on the Turnpike, you've got some stop and go northbound from Boynton Beach up to Lake Worth. I'm Michael Solar with your South Florida traffic.
This report is sponsored by Reese Windows and Doors.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word HAPPY right now to 20129. That's HAPPY to 20129.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's the Woody Show.
Hello.
Rod Ryan Show, check it in.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego, are you ready?
All of the best free curated playlists.
My favorite music.
A little bit of everything. All of the great podcasts for every interest.
Stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome. All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend and ready for another week. You're in the Penthouse on Real Radio. Don't forget, after us, it is the News Junkies. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
877-927-6969.
Speaking of which, you want to take a phone call?
Sure, Jimmy.
Montoya is checking in with the Penthouse. Montoya, welcome into the show.
My name is Anil Montoya. You have killed my father. Now prepare to die.
Somebody's watched The Princess Bride. Yes, I do. Of course I do. Okay. Yes.
I can't believe that these guys never saw that movie.
I know. It's so good. I gave my husband crap for it for years, and I finally had him sit down and watch it last year, and he very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, a famous poet. Okay, thanks.
No problem. Thank
that
you.
was it, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right, well, I'll write
He
it
was
down.
avenging his father, is who it was.
I see.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Well, we will put that on the queue to watch very soon. We got this email in, Jimmy at realradio921.com. Now, our buddy wrote in saying that this wasn't first dates. It did happen, but some ideas of what could be some good, or maybe not the greatest idea for a first date, but pretty creative. This starting off with, take a girl to a hockey game and say to the girl when you get home, you can give me a stick check or pull goalie. Famous quote by Greek.
There you go.
Enter yourself and your date in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest to see how many wieners they can take down in a couple of minutes, because that's important information to know.
Oh, my God. I like pull goalie, first of all.
Important information. I actually have something else that you said, G-Man, at 47142. They said, anytime I hear Matchbox 20, which is a prize we give away, they said, I always remember Greek asking Johnny C. how the Matchback 21 concert was.
Oh, Jimmy's got that.
It's well, I don't have to see if I have it.
Oh, it's in a Greek.
It's in a misspeak.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I was a Matchbox 20, whatever.
More possible date ideas. Take your date fishing to see how good they are at holding a rod. Grip is very important. I couldn't agree more, especially when it comes to a rod, because I mean, if a fish just takes off and pulls it right out, you don't want to do that. Finally, take your date to a brothel in Nevada. Sit her in the corner of the room and have her watch you go to town with Trixie Sugarbottom. Then, when you're all done, walk over to her and say, "That's what I'm looking for." See how well that goes over.
Yeah. Trixie Sugarbottom. I heard she knows how to work that pole.
She's got some.
Uh-huh.
What?
And that, she's like an athlete, an acrobat.
Yeah.
She gets up there really high.
All right.
And does all kinds of spins and stuff.
I thought you said something totally
That's what they
different.
dance on a pole.
Oh, okay.
That's what.
I thought you said a different word. I'm sorry.
What do you think I said?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Pole?
But yeah, I think you just thought I said pole. And then thank you for the heads up.
I almost said it.
She knows how to work.
We could get away with it too.
Yeah, of course.
But we'll let that go.
On Monday.
Somebody wants to give us a heads up, and we appreciate it. They were like, not sure if you mentioned this, but today, Dairy Queen is giving away free soft or small.
Oh my God, where's your mind today?
I'm reading. Okay, hold on. Not sure if you mentioned this yet, but today DQ is giving away free small soft serve cones for the first day of spring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a couple places doing ice cream deals, I think, for spring, for being the first day of spring.
I did see Rita's was doing something too, but yeah, there's a few places.
Speaking of food, here's a great little story here that I tell you what, just it's a good feel-good story, right? So the world needs more crunch is the motto of an Annapolis business owner. His pretzel business, More Crunch, is booming and inspiring people with autism and other disabilities in the process. So, yep. Marcus Moore has autism, and he has a passion for pretzels and started a business. People can see the joy on his face as he packs each bag of his very own brand, More Crunch. He's 29 years old, has autism. Although he's worked at local grocery stores over the past few years, he has always wanted to grow and be self-sufficient. His parents know that he loves snacks and things like that. So they suggested he start a pretzel business. He bought in and started testing out flavors in the kitchen right away. Cinnamon, sugar, Maryland, crab, garlic, ranch, buffalo. Some of the flavors that he is now calling his own. And again, this company, More Crunch, is what they're called. Now, you can buy like I think it was a 5-ounce bag for about $8 online. Morecrunch.com. We'll give him a little plug there. Since the start of More Crunch in October, Moore has sold over 600 bags of pretzels, and with several stores carrying his product, business is booming. Online orders too, like I just said, morecrunch.com. So he's doing pretty good. How about that? Nice kid.
Yep. Great story.
Trying to figure out a way that he can sustain himself. And I think that's a great idea. I love seeing how small businesses grow from just an idea in the kitchen over a kitchen table and become a reality. He's got some merchandise up there too. I don't know if it's for sale yet, but hopefully he will, because he had like a different T-shirts and whatnot with the logo on it.
It's very cool.
No, it's pretty cool. More Crunch. There are all kinds of different flavored pretzels. More TechCrunch.com if you want to check it out.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back with a trifecta and a lot more for you guys. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
On St. Patty's Day, a TV weather girl in Philadelphia made a weird comment about her co-host Jessica Boynton. Listen to this.
Thursday, partly sunny skies. And to another woman who likes to be double-fisted in a different way, I think, Jess.
She means beer. She means beer. She means beer. Don't put me on YouTube.
That Jessica Boynton, I want she's related to the great Gregory Boynton, former famous World War II Marine pilot.
You're going to follow her today on Twitter. I know it.
Yes, he is.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Tua Tagovailoa is officially locked in as the Dolphins quarterback after having his fifth-year option picked up today. He'll get $23.2 million in 2024. Over to the ice tonight, Panthers visit Detroit. Florida comes in just a point behind Pittsburgh for the last wild card spot from the Eastern Conference. And 9.2 million viewers tuned into the NCAA men's basketball tournament's first-round games Thursday and Friday, which set an all-time record. I'm Scott Davidson.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. an agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-457-6060. That's 1-800-457-6060. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-457-6060. That's 1-800-457-6060.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
It's a quiet Monday afternoon ride throughout the Palm Beaches. You've got some slowdowns, though, if you're heading north along 95 out of Deerfield Beach, continuing on into Boca, over along the Turnpike stop and go northbound from Boynton Beach up to Lake Worth. I'm Michael Solar with your South Florida traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. For your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep, switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
When you give up trying to teach your parents how to use their smart speaker and take it home, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Monday. Monday, I say. I hope you guys had a good weekend and are ready to attack another week with a W. Jimmy, good afternoon.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And I do believe we have somebody on hold.
Oh,
do you want the trifecta?
Yep. We have Riggs on the line. Hey, Riggs, welcome to The Penthouse.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday,
Hi,
Mr. Riggs. How are you, buddy?
Yeah. I am doing awesome. Had a pretty good weekend and grabbing the week by the horns, or whatever the expression is.
All right, well, good. You're kicking ass on a Monday.
Yeah, exactly. Had a good night of sleep. Got to work early, making magic.
Good.
Hey, guys.
Good. So what's going on? What's in your world that's interesting, exciting, or going to bring a little joy to my face?
Well, the first piece is, which I started with. Firstly, I don't know if you have heard from Andy Quinn, but it would be interesting to know his thoughts on any opportunities that are in that are out there in the stock market.
I talk to Andy a couple times a week. I will definitely ask him.
Yeah. Maybe do like Andy hour, like Friday for like 30 minutes. We'd love to come up with some questions and have him kind of.
I'll see his schedule. Yeah, he's been pretty busy, but I'll ask his schedule, and I'll ask him if he has any tips for you in the stock market.
Yeah, tell him maybe we'll give him a discount for having him on.
Okay, I'll tell him that.
Discount on what?
Usually when I talk to Andy, we're talking about girls, not really stocks because he knows I don't play it. But the other thing I'm pretty good at.
Yeah. Well, the interesting part is we're seeing all the banks trading at a discount. So I'd be curious to see if he has any thoughts on whether this is a real opportunity or is one of those things where you're catching a falling knife.
That's always not a great thing, unless you're John Wick.
Yeah. The other part is on the Broward PSA that you guys said, like nobody from Broward, the BSO is calling you for money, kind of thing.
Boca Raton, yes.
We had Boca Raton. Sorry about that. We had in the family here. We had an incident like that a couple weeks ago. I got a call from my brother's wife late at night, and he was like, and she was like, "Hey, by the way, you need to get in touch with your brother because it looks like he's in trouble with the law and all that." So I got all scared, and so I gave him a call. He's like, "I can't talk right now. I am with a deputy on the phone, and try to sort it out." And so what happened with him? He fell for the same kind of scheme where somebody called him and said, "Hey." And he's by profession he's a doctor, so they knew he was a doctor. They knew his old address, so they called him by Doctor Blah Blah, and they said there's an outstanding warrant for his arrest for failure to appear in some court, and that his arrest was imminent unless they worked it out on the phone with the gentleman who was calling him. And my brother, as smart as he is, he fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, and he was like trying to kind of figure it out and all that. And I told him, like, dude, hang up. Somebody's scamming you, and they're about to take your money. And he's like, no one's like, how did they had so much information that was almost credible, and he was kind of refusing to believe me because he thought that I was taking this seriously. And I told him, I was like, dude, just Google arrest warrants scam. And he did that, and the first thing that came up was exactly what he was going through. And
that's
like,
awesome.
I'm like literally in my car trying to find a sheriff's office to ask them if this is a real thing. So he was doing his own due diligence, but the lesson learned there is like sometimes if they didn't have enough information, no matter who you are, you may fall for that kind of
very
trickery.
true.
Yeah, I tell you what, what's even one step scarier. I just saw this article come in today that the scammers are using AI voice cloning to trick victims. So what they're doing is they're getting samples, and we've been hearing this a lot with the chat GPs and or whatever, all that stuff that's going out right now. And what they're doing is they can just get a little bit of a recording of somebody and they can mimic, and then that way it sounds like somebody that you know, a brother, a father, a mother, a daughter. Somebody is calling you saying, I need help or I need something. More than likely they're going to turn it into a money-making scam, and they're doing it with somebody's voice that you know. And man, I tell you what, that is going to screw over a bunch of people if it's as good as what we've already been hearing about how well they can mimic people's and what they sound like. I tell you, that's scary.
Yes.
I don't say that word often, but boy, that one frightens the heck out of me.
Got to have a little word that only you would know.
I don't know how you get around that either. I don't know.
Like I said, you might have to have like a word that only you would know with that one person or something like that. That's the only thing that you would hear. Because if you heard one of your friends, even if I called you 2 a.m, say, hey, Jimmy, you know what? I got a flat tire.
But is it coming from the phone number? They're actually phone number 2. Are they able to make it look like that?
It's just they're kind of looking into, it's like they're starting to see that that's available. The classic scan has a new wrinkle. AI-powered voice cloning lets scammers impersonate an actual family member. The FTC says scammers can make a convincing sounding call from just a short sound clip of someone's voice found online through social media or YouTube. They recommend taking extra steps to verify the story. Check the phone number There you go, Franny. Like you said,
Mhm.
Greek, you're talking about having a word. Call the person directly or confirm with other family members before you do anything. Known scams get reported at reportfraud.ftc.gov. So, I mean, it's just, they're starting to see, like, it's out there and it's coming out there. So they're not talking about any specific one that's happened yet. But, yeah, some good ideas. Make sure you know the phone number it's coming from. Greek, and then maybe that's not a terrible idea. Having friends and family have a, I hate to use it, but like safer word.
Yeah,
It's jokingly used in, other contexts, but maybe this is a good way of doing it. I don't know, something along those lines.
Yeah.
A PIN number with your friends.
Yeah, anything. I mean, if it starts to get, happen more, you need something where you can verify, hey, this is legit or not. Riggs, what else you got going on? How's your bracket?
Oh, no bracket for me, buddy.
Okay.
I'm not into basketball, just soccer or football. That's I limit my sports to that. I don't know much about basketball.
All right. Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah. Greek, what would be your safe word?
I was going to think eggplant, but okay. You go with cucumber.
Roll of quarters. Oh, my God. Again, my safe words would be different for everybody in my crew.
Cat.
Friends, family, coworkers. It would depend on the relationship, and that would be because then they would never get it. They're like, oh, my God, he has so many. And I remember them all because one thing I have, it's the only thing I have is a good memory that I do have. So Franny would have one. Jimmy would have one. My mom.
Speaking of Princess Bride, which is a great movie, by the way, in case you guys haven't watched. When I was growing up, we always watched American movies, but dubbed in Italian, because the Italians will take English-speaking movies and then they'll voice over with their local actors. So anything you see there is going to be in Italian, not in English, even though it's an American-made movie.
Okay.
And I had no idea of the Inigo Montoya scene until I heard it in English. I'm like, wow, like that. I had missed so much of the movie until I heard the guy speak with a Spanish accent, and then going through my name is Inigo Montoya.
Well, I got to watch this movie now. I mean, we've heard so much about it.
Yeah. Well, now we have built it up.
Yeah. We're going to watch it. This sucks. What were they talking about?
It is. Listen, I still stand by it. Even if they're watching, they're like, it sucks. I'd be like, well, you suck, because I think it's a great movie.
That's the best attitude to have.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
If you don't like what I like, you suck.
Don't like it, yeah. If you don't like what I like, you're emotionally shallow.
Yes. And,
Exactly, Riggs.
And we agree with that 100%, Riggs. I am emotionally shallow, no doubt about it. All right, Riggs, we're going to skip along. Thanks for all the calls. I hope the weather is great. You sound like you're off to another great week.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you. Bye.
All right, peace. We're going to get into a trifecta now.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
In the gambling world, these are called bad beats. Last night, TCU played Gonzaga, and at the end of the game, Gonzaga was covering. But TCU took the ball out with 3 seconds left, and the guy threw up a half-court shot. And half of the world was happy, and half of the world was sad. And it was late at night, by the way, when this game ended. And these are the games that when you're betting, if you win, you're on cloud 9. And if you lose, it is so difficult to go to bed. But this is one of those shots where they call it March Madness. Kid took a shot. Nobody looked at him. He just went up to court. Half court, swish. And TCU ended up covering. Sweet 16 is now ready to rock and roll. They'll kick it up again Thursday. And FAU, our Owls, they are still hooting along as they won yesterday, beating Ferry Dickinson. And the Canes smacked Indiana. So hats off to the Canes and to FAU. Let's keep rooting them on. We got 16 teams left, and we got 2 right here in South Florida. So that's exciting news. Other good news, Team USA won yesterday 14-2 over Cuba. And they are in the finals Tuesday night down at Marlins Stadium, right in our own backyard. Crowds have been unbelievable, sold out every single night, which is great to see. People do like baseball in Miami. They might not be a big fan of the Marlins, but they like baseball because they've been coming out in droves. They said they could sell out another 10 to 15,000 seats every night that this has been down there. So hats off to everybody who's been involved. I have a couple friends who went the other night. They just said it was an unbelievable experience. like they've never been in their entire lives in baseball. Not football or basketball, but definitely with baseball. And the rumor of Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets seems like it is a strong rumor. He's been spotted in New York, but the Jets and Packers have not come to a deal yet. He did say last week he wants to go play for the Jets. He's not retiring, but no deal is done as of today as we speak. It should happen, I think, within the next week and before the draft. Draft is in April, and that is in Kansas City. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. Peace.
Want to play a little game?
Yeah.
All right. I have a scenario, and I'd like you, Franny, you, Greek, and anybody else out there checking us out, let us know what you would do in this particular scenario. So let me paint the picture. One day, a wizard steps up to you and hands you a big binder full of pages. Inside is everything anyone has ever said about you. Not to you, but behind your back. It's all written out with context in chronological order, family, friends, heavy on co-workers, former partners, strangers, etc. Everybody that you've ever had any dealings with and everything that they've ever said about you. This includes all positive and negative comments. Now, you have two choices. Hand a binder back. Everything's done. That's it. Boom, you walk away. Or you read it, but you have to read everything. It doesn't matter how bad it is, how overwhelming, how depressing. You have to read every word. What would you do? Would you read it or would you hand the book back? Franny.
I'm handing it back. I like to live in my own world. I do. I don't want because, like you said, behind your back, if it's hurtful, if it's whatever, I don't want to know. I'd rather continue living my life in oblivion without knowing what people have said about me.
And I am with you 300%. I would do that in a heartbeat. I'd hand it right back. I'm not worried about it.
Nope.
And it wouldn't be a big deal to me. Greek, what do you say?
I'm going to hand it back. I'm not going to want to know. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just going to rock and roll. They like it, don't like it. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But, I think it could hurt you in a lot more ways than it could help you. Because then that's on your mind. You know things, especially spouses or people you work with, your boss.
Yeah. Imagine that out.
If it was my husband. Devastated.
He has nothing.
Devastated.
But yeah, I don't think anything good is going to come. And a lot of times in situations, you really think about it. My dad was big on this. An asset and a liability. Is it good or bad for you? And in that situation, I don't know if it's going to make anything better, but it could make things a lot worse.
There could be a lot of positive things you hear, though, too.
I mean, I like how we're all going the negative way, but it doesn't matter because there could be a lot. But those one negative things, those are the ones that are going to go right in the heart.
If you care about the person.
Well, and the other part of it too is more than likely if it was said behind your back, it's probably negative because if it was positive, they would have said it to your face.
So true.
So it only counts stuff that hasn't been said to you. It's all stuff that's been behind your back. At least that's the scenario that was up there, and I kind of tweaked it a little bit to put it into a form that we could kind of give an opinion on it. And I thought maybe, we could chime in with ours or you can chime in as well. 47142 is our text line to start off that text with Real Radio. That way it gets to us. Jimmy at realradio921.com. Would you want to read a book or a binder with everything everybody in your life has said about you behind your back? And behind your back, like right there, that gives it kind of a negative connotation anyway, too, right?
It does.
So that's why I would say, anything that's ever been said, from other people, coworkers, friends, family, partners, strangers, even strangers.
If they handed you the binder and it was like 800 pages or more,
wow,
it's like the Bible. Jeez.
It's like 5 telephone books. we were out the other night with a couple of guys that we all bet, and somebody asked us, would we ever want to know the amount we lost? And there was 4 or 5 of us. I was like, absolutely not. And again, you have a number in your head. It's similar, but it's probably nowhere near what it is. And I was like, no, I think it would make you sick. Same thing with this. I think in a way it would really make you feel bad. Now, if it's a skinny binder, you might be like, it's not bad. How bad could it be? But I still think if it's somebody you care about, you're going to feel bad, especially if they're in your life. And remember when you used to get your report card? I don't know if you remember, they would always have like little comments at the bottom that the teachers would write about you and stuff like that.
Back in the day, sure. There'd be handwritten comments regarding the grade. And a lot of times they were as much good as bad. I mean,
needs to work on this, but is positive this way. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, but let us know. I think it's a good scenario Jimmy brought up. A binder somebody hands you. and you have to read the good and the bad. Would you want it? And it could be from your spouse, and it could be from friends, coworkers, people that are in your life.
Everything anybody's ever said about you.
I like that one, my friend. That's a big book. Oh, my God.
Wow.
What is that, Delvon book? Delvon books, they no longer exist. They're done. You don't get those anymore. Or do you? Do you still get them? I'm not sure.
I haven't. I'm sure you can maybe request one.
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
going
know.
to say, I can't remember the last time I ever did because, I mean, that was actually a form of advertising, too.
Yeah.
Especially, with the more of the Yellow Pages side of things. I think that was the last thing that I ever got was just the Yellow Pages. I don't think they've had the White Pages in forever.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah, so let us know what you think about this scenario. Would you want it? I would want to hear somebody who would want it and the reasons behind it. Because I think, like I said, it takes a little bit of stones if you're going to hear a lot of where we're going.
Curiosity. I mean, I think that's probably one of the bigger ones, right? People would want to know and just, find the interesting stories that could go about it. And again, it could have positive stuff. I just, my quick thought when I hear it myself, I mean, I read it, the scenario out, but to put a lot of thought into it is more than likely, if it was positive, you might have heard it already, but not necessarily, because if it's a stranger that you don't know and you never, they had a good positive run-in with you somewhere, and that's something that they, quote-unquote, said about you, but you just never interacted with them again. So, there could be a lot of good positive things there as well.
And you can even narrow it down more, just maybe the opposite sex.
Yeah, hookers. Imagine what they've said.
We have
Sky again.
Kevin's got a good thought process.
They're happy.
He's got a good thought process with this one. He said, only if I'm on my deathbed. Then if it's bad, I cut those people out of my will.
There you go.
Hopefully you have time. You're out. You're definitely out of my will. It is the Penthouse on a Monday, kicking off the week with you guys after St. Patrick's Day and a crazy weekend of March Madness. Franny's here. She's got some Florida stories. What do we have coming at us on a Monday?
Well, we have some thefts in downtown West Palm Beach that happened on St. Patrick's Day. We also have a woman who went nuts because she did not get her bundle over at McDonald's. And then a guy who he had a little bit of a crime spree, but it was interesting what he did with the stuff that he stole. I'll give you the details when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements. And today, 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Hey, it's the Greek for Superior Street Golf Carts. All makes, all models. Whatever you want for your golf cart, they will make it happen at Superior Street Golf Carts. The Penthouse will be live on Friday, 3/24 for Greek's Hardwood at their Boca Raton location. Supreme Street Golf Carts is the place to be if you want a golf cart like no other. If you want to be a baller, if you want to stand out, there's only one place to go. Supreme Street Golf Carts. Peace.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, it's the Greek for Superior Street Golf Carts. All makes, all models. Whatever you want for your golf cart, they will make it happen at Superior Street Golf Carts. The Penthouse will be live on Friday, 3/24 for Greek's Hardwood at their Boca Raton location. Supreme Street Golf Carts is the place to be if you want a golf cart like no other. If you want to be a baller, if you want to stand out, there's only one place to go. Supreme Street Golf Carts. Peace.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community, today and tomorrow.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Palm Beach expressways look good and accident-free. Big-time roadwork slows us down in Jupiter. US 1 closed for the next 20 months. From A1A to Old Dixie Highway, your detour is alternate A1A. Flagler Drive shut down in both directions, north and south, from Okeechobee Boulevard to Lakeview Avenue. Your detour is olive due to the upcoming Palm Beach Boat Show. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. For your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep, switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, it is The Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys had a nice weekend and ready to have another good week with us on Real Radio 92.1. I am the Greek. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And good afternoon, Francis.
Hi, and good afternoon.
And now it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, we will start right here in 92.1 World. St. Patrick's Day parties everywhere. One of the bigger parties is off Clematis Street, and it looks like two guys decided to come up from Miami and steal. They're saying specifically targeting women whose purses were on the bar, maybe open in their back of the back of their chair, and so before they would leave, they would notice they were missing a lot of things, like their wallet and their cell phones. So this happened to 5 women who were there up on spring break, having a good time, enjoying St. Patrick's Day. Luckily, they caught up with cops right away.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the streets had cops everywhere during St. Patrick's Day downtown West Palm. They normally have a pretty good presence down there, anyways. But yeah, was able to right away. The cops were able to get whatever information they needed. They saw that the credit cards were already being utilized at a couple bars down the road.
That's how they probably got caught right away.
Buying shots and all this stuff. So they did catch up to the guys. Not only did they take stuff from these women, they also stole a cell phone from a bartender too at one of the establishments. But yeah, just that quick. I mean, they're saying, in a matter of hours, that was some very fast detective work. Police were able to arrest Jose Rodriguez from Hialeah and Orlando Milan of Miami. So now they are facing charges of credit card theft, credit card fraud. Milan faces a charge of possession of a stolen credit card. They said there was a third man. His name's not being released, pending an arrest while the investigation is still active. They had a Nissan Rogue that was impounded with stolen cell phones in it, including the one that was owned by the bartender over there in downtown West Palm. And then a Florida woman was upset. She went to McDonald's and she wanted what she wanted, and they would not give it to her.
And she didn't want to hear anything.
She was not having it her way. Yes.
She was not having it her way.
Is that McDonald's or is that Burger King? You can have it your way. That might be Burger King.
Your way is Burger King.
Is that Burger King? Yeah.
Have your way. Burger King.
Yeah. McDonald's says, I'm loving it. So, yeah, she wasn't loving it. How about that?
Doesn't seem like it.
No. So, 26-year-old Quavi Young, she drove up to the drive-thru speaker and requested a meal that was not on the menu. And the employee was like, listen, I can't complete your order because we don't do it. So she pulled up to the first drive-thru window, demanded that her order be taken. The employee was like, why are you so upset?
What are you mad about?
What's going on?
What'd you have, Gonzaga?
Yeah, so she wanted a bundle meal, and they're like, we don't do that, but why don't you buy your cheeseburger that you want and a small French fry a la carte, and ta-da, you have your meal that you want.
There it is.
Ta-da.
Problem solved.
Yeah, but I guess she wanted a deal because she was like, well, that has a bundle meal, the McChicken and blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, and I want my cheeseburger to have a bundle meal. So she left, and then she came back. And the same thing, and the person at the window was like, we're just too busy to handle this right now. So this time, she decided to whip out a gun and point it at the employees, make threats at them. The cops were called. Cocoa Police Department immediately responded and found the black M&P gun. They said with a drum-style magazine capable of holding up to 50 rounds in it on her passenger seat. She was arrested, facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, open carrying of a firearm, and she also was driving with a suspended license on top of everything else. And then finally here, man, this guy really must not like White Claws. This Florida man, actually named Florida. His name is Lawrence Franklin King Florida. Yes, Florida is his last name. Well, he broke into multiple locations on a robbery spree. He broke into multiple barbershops. They said as well as his neighbor's Ring camera caught him trying to break into there. And that Ring camera helps identify him to authorities. So they said that the video, they were able to identify Mr. Florida. And he confessed to the robberies. But this is a weird one. He breaks into a restaurant and he steals only their White Claws. He steals all their White Claws and then he throws them into the pond behind the establishment.
This guy's whack.
He must hate White Claws.
And that White Claws is the drink, right?
It is, yes. It is a seltzer. But yeah, he told cops about the robberies. And he said where he dumped the items that he did not leave or that he left behind in other locations. And that is your What the Florida.
Maybe he was a salesperson for a competitor of a different
Got
seltzer.
it. He was a truly salesman. He's like, screw these White Claws.
I don't know.
Yes.
Just like that, we got to the bottom of it.
We did. Thank you.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We try to solve things here, Jimmy.
Well, that's what we do. That's what we do, kids.
I mean, we do try all the time. Florida Stories are twice a show. They're great. You guys help us out, and you give them to us, but we give them right back to you, and we tell them what's going on. Now, John Morant had a big situation a couple weeks ago. He's been suspended. He's a basketball player for the Memphis Grizzlies, but he was on the verge of getting a big deal with a soft drink company. It looks like he's not going to get that deal, and they're saying some other endorsements have fallen the wayside, and there's an estimate he lost between $30 and $40 million. That's a ton of money, bad behavior, waving a gun at a strip club. They were on the road in Denver. He still hasn't played. He might play this week, though. He's been out for about 7-8 games, but that's what they're saying. And there's a girl who's a guard at LSU, and saw a great story about her over the weekend. And LSU is in March Madness. I believe they're still alive. I think they are still alive from what I saw last time. But she's also a rapper, which is really interesting. And this is a young girl. You want to talk somebody who's got a bright future. This girl can do it all. Her last name is Johnson. She plays for LSU, and she's also a rapper. She signed a deal with Rock Nation with Jay-Z, and she also already has a shoe deal.
Oh, wow. Good for her.
And she's only 20 years old or 19 years old. Great article I read about her. Also, they had a big story about her on the 4-Letter Network. But she's 19 years old. She's a freshman at LSU, rapper. And also, like I said, she has already a shoe deal, and Rock Nation signed her. So she's got it all. There's somebody who lost a lot of money, and here's somebody who's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And as a freshman, I mean, hats off to her.
That's fantastic.
And college basketball and the WNBA is getting more and more press. It really is. And she's also got some other endorsement deals lined up.
Speaking of rappers, you guys heard of Rick Ross, right?
Yeah.
He has a place down here, but he also has a place in Georgia, and he is pissing off his neighbors because he's got buffaloes roaming. And I mean roaming into his neighbor's yard. Yeah. So that it just happened, like TMZ was reporting that he's got, I guess he was gifted some bison, and he's got some decent land out there in a small city in Georgia. It's at Fayetteville. And two of his buffaloes or bison, whatever you want to call them, have wandered onto the property of his neighbors. And they see it a couple times. And they're like, listen, they're pretty cool to look at and stuff, but we have small kids. And these things are 2,000 pounds.
Wow.
And we've watched the videos of them when they're at the national parks and people want to take a picture too close.
Sure. Yeah.
And they will go after you. Yeah. So,
and guess what? You lose.
You lose. These things are behemoth.
Right.
They are, like I mentioned, 2,000 pounds, behemoth pets running through your neighbor's front yard. It's not like a dog or anything. So he's gone a couple crowd. I don't know what he's going to do. He just has to somehow, some way
fence him in.
Yes, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
That they're not, and if they are, maybe they're just a good escape artist.
Jimmy, you have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we got our buddy Al from Green Acres checking in with us. Hey, Al, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, guys. I'm calling because I got to make a PSA. I just got really screwed. I had like $500 for my mortgage. And last week, this Muslim family stopped in front of my house. I was doing some work. They said, "Oh, we lost our wallet." And they even had the kids go into the act with them. This family, it's a husband, a wife, and a teenage son, a little girl, and I think maybe a baby. But they're going around Florida telling people that they need to get home, they have no money, and they sell you fake jewelry that looks real and even has a stamp on it that says 18 karat.
Huh.
And you spent you gained 500?
So what happened? So what they said, hey, I'll give you some of my jewelry if you give me money. It's valuable.
Right. Yeah. And I was standing there and I'm saying, look, he's saying, oh, this is from my father. So I said, look, I don't want to take this. He said, no, please take it, please. And then the wife took off.
Oh, and then he just took off.
And we lost him.
Whoops.
Yep. The wife
lost
took off, he took off.
That's it.
All right.
There is a little bit of a scam going out there, so
Yeah.
just be careful and watch when you're buying jewelry or somebody comes to your house and asks you for money. If it's not Halloween and you don't know the person, they shouldn't be coming to your house. It is the Penthouse on a Monday, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
A technology mogul has been branded a creep after he claims to have offered a woman $100,000 to do what on a flight?
Oops.
What do you think?
Join the Mile High Club.
Go a little more controversial than this.
Join the Mile High Club in blackface.
No.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Join us to celebrate the songs and artists you've loved over the past year.
At our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Hosted by Lenny Kravitz.
With Innovator Award recipient Taylor Swift.
And performances by iHeart Icon Award recipient Pink, Coldplay, Kelly Clarkson, LL Cool J, Keith Urban, Pat Benatar, and Neil Giraldo, Lotto, Money Long, Cody Johnson, and more.
Watch on Fox and listen on iHeartRadio.
Next Monday night at 8 p.m.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
There's an ideological war being waged against America's youth. We'll talk to two parents and two authors who wrote the book about it. Carol Markowitz and Bethany Mandela join me on The Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
The podcast Let's Start a Coup wonders, what if a secret cabal of the nation's most powerful people tried to overthrow the president? Explore how it almost happened to FDR in the 1930s in this darkly comedic retelling of one of American history's weirdest schemes.
And for you, Major General Smedley Butler, nothing will ever be the same.
Why? Is it something bad?
Listen to Let's Start a Coup on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, the beautiful ladies are there with a 5-star menu, and they're open till 5 a.m. Full nude, full ladies all the time. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. And this Saturday, March 25th, it's Find the Booty, the boat show after party. It kicks off early in the day, happy hour 2 to 6, and the magic continues all night long. If you want the beautiful ladies, there's only one place to go. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Boat show after party this Saturday, March 25th. Peace.
We know that aging is not for the faint of heart, but the Landing of Lake Worth celebrates the rewards of aging and tackles the challenges head on. We believe life should be joyful at every stage, so we have a unique focus on wellness of mind, body, and spirit, bringing an unparalleled sense of optimism to residents and their families. Come home to personalized assisted living and memory care services at the Landing of Lake Worth, where happiness never grows old. Visit thelandingoflakeworth.com for more information. That's thelandingoflakeworth.com.
If you have
have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS? This is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If someone said you get a comprehensive, personalized treatment plan with a medical professional for free to feel the best you ever have, wouldn't you jump all over that? Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin a New Med Spa, they're offering exactly that. It's their optimal wellness program for only $0 with qualifying insurance. Some of the benefits of the program are increased energy, weight loss, better sleep, and a healthier, more revved up sex life. And I'm living proof of all those benefits because I have been on Begin a New's optimal wellness program for a year now, and I've never felt or looked better. And this spring, Begin a New Med Spa has so many deals, like 20 units of Botox for only $199. A small area of laser hair removal is only $89 for 6 sessions. And to get your body summer ready, Begin Anew has a Fat Blaster Shot package for just $280. I'm telling you, you are not going to find deals like this with the quality of work and service anywhere else. To see all their spring specials and to book a consultation, go to beginanewmed.com.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound wall. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Palm Beach expressways look good and accident-free. Big-time roadwork slows us down in Jupiter. US 1 closed for the next 20 months. From A1A to Old Dixie Highway, your detour is alternate A1A. Flagler Drive shut down in both directions, north and south, from Okeechobee Boulevard to Lakeview Avenue. Your detour is olive due to the upcoming Palm Beach Boat Show. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Find everything you love listening to on Audible. Here's celebrity memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Trying to work through this alien abduction thing here. Do they send an adjuster out to verify that your wife is a nutbag? Are they worried about how long you were abducted for? I mean, I got a lot of questions here. And it sounds like it's probably harder to get paid than when, let's say, a hurricane hit your house and they say, oh no, you're only covered for wind, but this is water damage. There's a lot of things we've got to work through here. And do the premiums go up? I mean, because they're sure going up in the home industry.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Greek. That's why you were yelling, cucumber, cucumber, cucumber last night. And I said, no, it's a zucchini. And then you were screaming, cucumber, cucumber, cucumber. I said, no, it's a zucchini. I'm so sorry, Greek. I didn't know cucumber was your safe word.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Oh, man.
I don't find it funny.
Cucumber. I find it hilarious.
I don't find that funny.
Oh, it's a zucchini.
A safe word is something you got to take very serious.
Oh, man.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday, baby. Stand up and take a bow, wow, wow, wow.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry, Greek. That's why you were yelling, cucumber, cucumber, cucumber.
Respect your mate.
If you guys don't know, that's Greek safe word.
Respect your meat? What?
Mate.
Oh, mate.
Mate.
Oh.
Oh, and your meat. Oh, boy.
Oh, Alouette. Only thing that can get me out of this is an I Dream of Genie.
Pops texted in.
I'm crying.
It's so good. It's so good. He said that those people hit him up at a Walmart parking lot, too, and told him to go away. Well, no, not him. I got a text talking about the people that Pops is talking about.
Okay.
Same kind of scam.
All right,
and
stay
they said
away.
it was in a parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so people come up to you and just say, hey, I'm broke. I had Gonzaga last night.
Yeah, I don't
Actually,
have cash on me anymore.
that was, you want to reintroduce him, but that's Al. It's back on the line.
Okay.
Oh, Al. excuse me, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Al, welcome back into the Penthouse.
Hey, guys, sorry I cut it off.
No problem.
I'll make it quick. The main thing is watch out for, I don't even know if they're Muslim, but watch out for a Muslim family.
Well, let's not call them Muslim unless you know they're Muslim.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a family who's out there trying to scam people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we really
It's
don't
actually
know.
not relevant.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
I'm not, I believe in people, not in religion.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that's what he told me.
Okay.
That's part of the scam.
All right, well, just don't be giving money to strangers. That's one of the biggest things you should do, no matter where you are. Street corner, anywhere.
Thanks for giving me a few minutes. I just wanted to let it out into the airwaves so that people know.
No problem. Thank you. We always appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Have a great day, guys.
You too, Al. Sorry you got scammed.
Take care, Al. Yeah. It's a shame.
They're everywhere out there. They really
Yeah.
are. It doesn't matter if they're in the parking lot or they are on your cell phone.
You could be at a restaurant.
You just got to be careful. Yeah. So speaking of restaurant, we talked about this restaurant not that long ago because it was in the Florida news because there was a naked guy walking in front of it.
Yeah.
Not in it, but patrons of this restaurant were like, what the heck is going on? Why is there a naked dude on Worth Avenue? So this restaurant has been a staple in Palm Beach for a very long time, and it's called Taboo. And I know, G, you've been there before. I've had lunch there a couple times. It's been a while, but it was one of those things that, like, you know, it's la-ti-da. I wanted to check it out because it is something that is so popular, has been there for such a long time. But it may not be around much longer. And even places like this, you would think, right?
That they're rock solid.
That they're rock solid, but you can't assume the iconic restaurant on Palm Beach Island. You see people like Celine Dion and Bon Jovi and B. Arthur used to go there and Frank Sinatra back in the day. Like, it's been around for so long. By the way, Bon Jovi was hanging out at Benny's on the beach not that long ago. There's pictures of him all over
Oh, no kidding.
Facebook. Yeah, it's
Cool.
a restaurant in Lake Worth Beach. It's really cool. Downtown, right on, like it's where the pier is. It's
Right.
on the pier.
Gotcha.
It's a fantastic place. So he was there hanging out, wearing a Miami Hurricanes hat, by the way. I didn't know he's a Canes fan. I don't remember he was just wearing the hat.
maybe.
Bon Jovi, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Bon Jovi
he's
is-
been spotted at a couple local places. Clematis.
Yeah. Yep. So this place, we'll see what happened. I guess in 2021, the building that it's in on Ritzy Worth Avenue was taken over by new owners. And they're saying that this place has been operated for 80 years. 80 years.
Ooh.
And it's been slapped with an eviction notice. They said that the owners, they want to sign a new lease, but a rep for the building's owners says, we are excited to have executed a lease with a new tenant with plans to renovate and refresh the space.
And a higher rent, of course.
That sucks. Something that's been around for that long, you get new owners, and they're like, oh, let's get something new in here, something fresh.
Well, I'm sure they went to them first and said, we're going to raise your rent. And they probably said, we're not going to pay that. And they said, we'll get somebody new in there.
Listen to this. So this is according to Page 6. The restaurant, who's owned by Franklin DeMarco, offered to pay $600,000 in annual rent and pay up to $5 million to rebuild and renovate the property in return for a 15-year lease. And you would think that would be good enough, but I guess not, because they're still talking about replacing the restaurant. They don't know what. It's unclear yet what's going to replace the restaurant. I guess we will see.
Fast food?
Yeah, McDonald's.
White Castle coming in?
Hooters.
My guess, they already have somebody.
Yeah, you think?
And already raised the rent and already have a deal set.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause
I
it
would
sounds
think
like this
so.
guy's giving them enough money,
Sure.
and still, whoever it is, are getting more for it.
Sounds like a personal thing.
Yeah, they said the Worth Avenue Association president, they're protesting the move and all this, and a lot of people locally are too.
Yeah, 80 years as part of establishment down there. No doubt about it. When you get any kind of establishment that's been in the neighborhood for that long a time, maybe it'll work out at the
And
end
that's
of it.
75 people who would be jobless if the restaurant closes too. That's how many employees they have right now.
Well, that's a lot.
because that place isn't that big. Taboo. It's not a big place. It is the Penthouse. Hopefully things work out for them and they get to get a new lease on life, and maybe we can talk to the new landlords and they'll stay there because that is a staple in Palm Beach. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We're going to come back with a trifecta and a lot more. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
On St. Patty's Day, a TV weather girl in Philadelphia made a weird comment about her co-host Jessica Boynton. Listen to this.
Thursday, partly sunny skies. And to another woman who likes to be double-fisted in a different way, I think, Jess.
She means beer. She means beer. She means beer. Don't put me on YouTube.
That Jessica Boynton, I want she's related to the great Gregory Boynton, former famous World War II Marine pilot.
You're going to follow her today on Twitter. I know it.
Yes, he is.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. We've got a lot more sun across the area for us for the remainder of our Monday after we started off with a lot of rain and cloud coverage. We're still going to be cool with below average temperatures for today. Highs only near 70 degrees. Nice and chilly again overnight. We'll start Tuesday in the 50s and 60s, but we're closer to 80 for tomorrow afternoon.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
There's an ideological war being waged against America's youth. We'll talk to two parents and two authors who wrote the book about it. Carol Markowitz and Bethany Mandela join me on The Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey, it's the Greek for Superior Street Golf Carts. All makes, all models. Whatever you want for your golf cart, they will make it happen at Superior Street Golf Carts. The Penthouse will be live on Friday, 3/24 for Greek's Hardwood at their Boca Raton location. Supreme Street Golf Carts is the place to be if you want a golf cart like no other. If you want to be a baller, if you want to stand out, there's only one place to go. Supreme Street Golf Carts. Peace.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Bright Future Scholarships have been funding higher education in Florida for over 2 decades. Last year alone, more than $600 million was made available to Florida students. So don't miss out. Millions of dollars in Bright Future Scholarships are waiting for you. Make your money moves and fund your future today. Visit FloridaBrightFutures.gov to check eligibility and apply.
Bright Futures pays.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves.
because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work. It's time to learn the truth about probiotics and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
You know, a cyber thief can steal the equity in your home without you even knowing. Now, it's a financially devastating scam. It's called home title theft. Now, cyber thieves hunt for the title of your home online. Then they'll forge your signature on a transfer document stating that you sold them your home when you didn't. Then they'll take out loans on your home with your equity, or they'll sell it to an unsuspecting buyer. And by the way, they're gone. Your money's gone also. Your home is not in your name anymore. And now you're hiring attorneys to try and save your home. I protect my home, my equity with Home Title Lock. You should too. Home Title Lock, they put a virtual shield around your home's title. Now, that's the instant they detect activity or tampering around your home's title. They help shut it down and shut it down fast. First things first, get a free title scan with sign up to verify your home is safely in your name. Then mention my name, Sean, and you get 30 days of protection at HomeTitleLock.com. That's HomeTitleLock.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Downtown West Palm, we have plenty of street closures due to the upcoming Palm Beach Boat Show. Flagler Drive shut down south from Banyan to Okeechobee Boulevard. Use Olive instead. And we have bridge work in Lake Worth. 6th Avenue South closed from Congress Avenue to Grove Street. Use Lantana Road or 10th Avenue North. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
When one thinks of the Wild West, Doc Holliday probably comes to mind. And there's a reason for that. We'll have his story. Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Be like the smart kids, like the summa cum laude of your workplace.
The what?
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on Monday. After us, it is the News Junkies. No Greek Zone today because the Marlins are playing. We'll be back in action tomorrow. And then Lex and Terry at night for you guys every night. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And it's time for the last spin of Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, it was a bad beat last night. If you had TCU and Gonzaga, Gonzaga's up by 6. TCU with a couple seconds left. Kid takes the ball out, walks up to court, takes a half-court shot, and hits. Gonzaga was laying 4.5, and that's what it's called, a bad beat. Half-court shot goes in, and you go from an instant winner to an instant loser just like that. A lot of the casinos, they showed a lot of videos of people in sports books going crazy. Half the crowd's going crazy and just jumping up and down. Half the crowd's got their hands in their face like, I can't believe what just happened. And I've been on those, and it is a terrible feeling when it loses. Great feeling when it wins, but it sucks when it loses. Sweet 16 is ready to rock and roll on Thursday. And FAU, that's right, the Owls right here in Boca. I guess we're going to Boca. They ended up winning again last night, beating Fairleigh Dickinson. Close game. Very close game. They won by 7. They were laying 17 by the time game time came around because everybody was pouncing on them. And the Canes, C-A-N-E-S, Canes, they pulled out a victory over Indiana. Easy victory, by the way. The Canes, for the second year in a row, are in the Sweet 16. So hats off to the Canes. maybe one more victory, and they get into the Elite Eight. And FAU will be playing Tennessee at Madison Square Garden. And Team USA, hats off to them. They are in the World Classic, and they are in the finals, winning yesterday 14-2 down at Marlins Stadium. Big game. Turner had a grand slam. Big night. These guys have been playing great all week, and they're in the finals. They don't know who they're going to play yet, but it is going to be Tuesday. That's going to be a hot ticket because every game there has been sold out, and they said they could have sold another 10,000 seats for these games. It's unbelievable when the Marlins play. We can't get a full house, but, man, there is a full house for this. And Aaron Rodgers is not a New York Jet yet. It's still speculation. It looks like the deal they say will be done within a week, but there isn't anything concrete yet. And wouldn't that be unbelievable if that fell at the last minute? Like it just went bad and they said, we can't make this deal. Somebody's got to give in. The Jets or the Packers. They're going back and forth what they want to give, what they want to get. So we'll see what happens with this. And it's very interesting because the Rodgers already came out last week and said, hey, I want to play with the Jets next year. And the Packers already said they don't want him. The draft is in April. It's about a month away, so I think it'll happen before the draft ends. And that is your last trifecta of the day. There is a show on tonight at Fox, and it is about a theory that on 9/11 there was a fifth plane. If you like situations, stories like this and stuff where they really examine it, they gave you a lot of headlines about this fifth plane that was in JFK Airport, and it was on its way to L.A. It never got off the ground because of the tragedy that happened, but they are interviewing the pilots, flight attendants, and some people on board, and they did say there was 4 people in first class that looked suspicious. They supposedly found some box cutters in first class after this. So it could be a thing if you like stuff like this and you like to look into stuff like this. And thank God this plane didn't get off the ground because there was a little bit of a delay and it didn't get up in the air. And whether or not it's true, we'll never know. But this is speculation that they had. They looked into it. And they said they've been talking about this for a very long time. Any interest, Jimmy, in something like this?
Yeah, I'd love to watch something like that. And I'd love to see where they come up to it, where with it and what the evidence is that they have. I don't think that it would be a big surprise to too many people that there were other planes that were scheduled to be used in terrorist plots that day. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. I would expect it. I would expect them to have found more. And in a way, when you brought this up off the air, we were talking about it just for a little bit there briefly. It was one of those things that it kind of struck me. That's something you ever really heard much about was other planes that they found were supposed to actually be part of it that day.
Yeah.
And but doesn't surprise me at all. I mean,
Thank God.
The 4 that we did here were obviously the key ones, but
because they ground all the planes after it hit World Trade Center, and so that's exactly what happened with this one. It was United 23, and they were taxiing out.
Yeah.
I mean, they were about to take off, and then they said, they were close to taking off when the World Trade Center was hit and the airport shut down. They went back to the gate, evacuated the plane. They emptied and locked it. They did say not only with the suspicious people, they said that there was 20 minutes later, people on the ground saw 2 ununiformed people running in United 23's passenger cabin. They said authorities came a short time later, opened the door, and found the hatch that led from the belly of the plane to the cabin was wide open.
Okay.
So they believe that those 2 people may have been there to remove weapons or other incriminating evidence, and that was according to the pilots. So the pilots, the pilots and the flight attendants are like, we totally think that this could have been another plane that was hijacked, and the claim was that. And, in the beginning, there was suspicious activity on the plane. They said it's suspicious enough for the FBI to get involved, and they did get involved. And they claim that 4 passengers, first class, aroused a suspicion. Flight attendant says one of the passengers was a man disguised as a woman. The purser, the first class flight attendant, tells those passengers that they didn't eat any meat and there were only 2 fruit plates in the galley, so she wanted to get them more so the passengers could eat. They're like, well, we only have 2 options for people who don't eat meat. Said it triggered a very heated argument. One of the passengers insisted, we don't want to eat. We don't need food. Let's just take off. We want to go. Yeah, we want to go. We don't eat it. And then they're like, okay.
Right. And they also said one guy was sweating a lot.
Yeah.
And they noticed that about him. So there's a lot of different things, and you never know what's true or not. But thank God, if it was true, that it didn't get off the ground.
And like you said, with the box cutters that they found in the seats and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And as Jimmy mentioned, there may have been more.
Oh, I would be shocked if like there was ever some way to be able to definitively say that no, it wasn't. It was only those 4. I would be surprised by that. We could never find that out, obviously, but I would imagine that there were. Right?
Here are 22 years later learning about this.
Yeah.
So.
I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised that hasn't been that story hasn't been told before.
Yeah, so this is airing at 9 o'clock on Fox tonight. It's TMZ investigates 9/11, the fifth plane.
I have to set the DVR for that. I am very interested in that.
Yeah, and they're actually, they interviewed the pilots, obviously, and the flight attendants.
Sure.
Well, you can't get much closer than that. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. I believe we have somebody on hold.
We have Joe checking in with the Penthouse. Hey, Joe, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was just kind of calling in, seeing how you guys are doing.
I'm doing okay, Joe. How are you?
Doing good. I want to wonder, what happened to Bob Saget's last 2-hour comedy stand-up special? Netflix puts everything out so quickly, but America's Dad, we don't get to hear his final laughs? His final jokes?
I don't know.
Did he have a Netflix special that hasn't been released? I wasn't aware.
I don't know.
Well, before his tragic end, he just had a stand-up, and he texted it or tweeted it, greatest stand-up special I've had, thanks for the crowd. And then, unfortunately, tragedy struck. But whatever happened to his last stand-up? I think we all deserve to see that.
Maybe maybe they're trying to work it out with the family.
The estate maybe doesn't want to let it out.
Who knows?
It's quite possible. I mean, I would imagine they would own the rights to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they did that tribute special, but that wasn't him. They had little clips of him, but that was on Netflix. I have not heard of him supposed to have a stand-up prior to his death on Netflix. I don't know.
I think we all need to laugh, especially in these times. Let's bring the guy that knows how to make everyone laugh,
It could be something like with his estate or his wife. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, I'm just glad we got the word out, and hopefully it will spread. So thank you, guys.
Well, there you go,
appreciate it, Joe. Thank you very much, and always thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Joe. Well, if it seems like people are dumber than they used to be, maybe it's because we are. A new study found Americans' collective IQ may have dropped for the first time in almost a century.
Nobody's using a brain.
IQs tend to go up from generation to generation, something called the Flynn effect. I didn't realize it had a name. In the last 90 years, they've increased an average of about 3 points per decade, but a study at Northwestern and the University of Oregon found the trend may have stalled out since 2006 or even reversed. The biggest change they saw was in kids, but they found a slight dip in IQs across all age groups, even adults. That includes being worse at problem solving, math skills, and verbal reasoning. They didn't look at what's causing it, but suggested it might have something to do with our education system. Anybody? Is this thing on? That said, it's not just happening here. Separate studies have found IQs might be dropping globally. Other theories for what's behind it include more pollution, changes in our diet, and our new obsession with phones and social media.
That's it right there.
Yep.
Well, that you really don't like these days. I mean, they were like, oh, what's the point in educating myself when I could just find the answer so quickly? I can just Google it. Now I can just ask Siri. I can ask Alexa. Now I can chat GPT it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I can do everything. Yeah. I mean, a word that you never heard, when you're at the dinner, I'm saying for myself, maybe 10 years ago, somebody saying, I'll Google it. What would you think about that if you're talking like for us, sports or different things?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I utilize Google all the time, but also we didn't have that growing up. So,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you just
we weren't even allowed to have our cell phones out or anything like that.
No, I mean, again.
Yeah, when did that change? When did it change that cell phones were allowed in classrooms? I'm sorry, I was getting the phone. So if you were already saying this, I'm sorry.
I would say from what I know from my stepkids, I would say in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Because before,
is it
maybe even longer. I'm not sure.
Has it been? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why that's allowed. It shouldn't be allowed.
Early on, it wasn't. I remember when they were in school, and then all of a sudden it changed.
Yeah.
So I would say within the last 5 years. He's in 11th
maybe
grade.
Because we live in a kind of scary world, and God forbid something happens in a school, you have a way to get in touch with emergency personnel or your parents or stuff like that.
Parents probably insisted on it so that they have a way of being able to get in touch with their kids.
Yeah.
During the day. And I mean, I see a certain side of that. I see a certain point to that. I also see to where it can be very bad, too, because obviously it's a very big distraction. And I don't know. It's one of those I'm kind of torn on. I like the idea of it for that one reason where there is a way to be able to get in touch with people, but In another way, it's not good for the classroom.
It's got to be a massive distraction in class, like where kids are, texting back to each other.
And hopefully they have control of it. And I'm talking about the teachers.
I don't think they do.
But hopefully they do. Hopefully it's one of those things out of respect. You go into class, you put it on silent, you put it away, whatever it is. I can't tell you the last time I stepped foot inside of a school, so I don't know what those kids do.
I mean, from what I hear, no, I don't. I think that the kids have.
You might have some educators listening. You can let us know.
How do you have tests? If you've got your phone right there and you can just look up all the answers, how do you do any sort of testing that way? There must be a certain set of rules. I mean, I'm sure every school is different, but I don't know.
Well, they got laptops, they got their phones, they got everything. Yeah. I mean, forget it. I mean, they can get anything they want.
Yep. So speaking of teachers, I have some modern etiquette, things that teachers wish parents would stop doing. So if you're listening right now and you do some of these things, real teachers are saying, please stop doing this.
All right.
Talking about teachers and schools online, like hitting up social media or your next door app or whatever it is. And they said there's Facebook groups for parents in our child's class. And these groups sometimes talk really poorly about teachers and their decisions they make and how they're unhappy about it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's supposed to be the schools. It's supposed to be a private space for them, but they talk about them behind their back. These groups create polls about behavior management techniques and all this stuff. And parents vote on it. Parent to parent, and then they all go to the teacher and go attack them after the fact because they're making these new rules and decisions. They're like, so can you please stop doing that? Say also on here, don't ask teachers to solve your kids' social media issues. Yeah. If you allow your child to have social media, don't ask me to sort out issues that have occurred between your child and another child on social media. We spend so much time sorting out these kind of issues that did not occur on school grounds, like it's outside of this. Parents just hand it to teachers and then expect a full investigation. She's like, it's consuming. This is exhausting for us. We have so many other things we have to do.
Yeah, that are necessary, that are real.
That's why our IQs are going down.
There it is, Jimmy. We solved it. It's true.
Yep. This one, stop bringing in McDonald's at lunchtime for your child or hot chips for them or their friends. You drop the food and leave as a hero. I deal with the unnecessary fallout all the time. Kids go home and put pressure on their parents. Why don't I get McDonald's?
You're right.
I mean, I guess to each his own, but they say they see it all the time.
Yeah.
Moving your kids around too much. Please try not to move your kids from school to school. Give your child a chance to settle and find a community. We understand sometimes it may be difficult and what happens in the parents' lives.
Yep. Yeah, that's a little tough.
Yes. This one, being an event planner. Please don't ask us to orchestrate anything related to your child's birthday party. They said I've been asked to hand out invitations, go after RSVPs, and alter invites. Yeah.
One thing I'm surprised about, I see kids always late for school. Like when I drive off my stepson, like the line, he's late. There'll be days he's late. And I am shocked how many kids are late. Like, I mean, the line's like wrapped around and out the door. I mean, down the street. I'm like, is everybody late? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
everybody's late. Yeah.
That used to be a discipline. I mean, if you had 2 or 3
detention
per quarter or what, I don't know, whatever it might have been at a certain given time, and there was a threshold, and you get detention, you get suspension, you get some sort of discipline. Do they not do that anymore?
I think he told me 10 times you get a half hour. So I think something like that.
That's like nothing.
Yeah, that's
You're
what
late 10 times, you get a half-hour detention?
Yeah, that's what he told me. I don't think it's for, I don't know if it's for the quarter or for the year, but I'm shocked, like, because every time the line's a little bit longer, and I'm like, man, this line is really long. And it's like one of the things you're just surprised at. I don't think kids care. Like, who cares?
And so speaking of kids, another thing teachers say, please have your sick kids stay home. Don't have them go to school.
Yep.
When your child says, I feel sick and don't want to go to school today, don't say to them, if you feel sick, tell the teacher and I'll pick you up. So 9 times out of 10, this becomes their immediate plan for the day.
Yep.
I'll send you to school sick, then you tell the teacher that you're sick, and then I'll pick you up after the fact. They're like, just stay home.
Yeah, so this way I can get my nails done in the morning.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
And get tan. Welcome to Boca, baby. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Thank you so much for listening to Real Radio. We appreciate it all the time. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us and your ears, because without your ears, you can't hear us. Jimmy, great job as always, kicking it on a Monday. Thank you so much for the contest, what you bring with the blog, and everything you do for us behind the scenes and in front of the microphone. Thank you, pal.
Well, thank you, Greek. Thank you, Francis. Thank you for listening.
Franny, great job as always on a Monday. Thanks for coming in and doing a great job handling the text line. That was very busy today. And everything you bring to us in the studio and everything that you just bring to this thing called life.
Well, speaking of the blog, I do have realradio921.com/the penthouse. You got Great Scram Girl that Jimmy always finds a super duper hottie that he knows G-Man would love. We also have a police captain who gets pulled over for your DUI. You can watch that. Did you see or hear any of that audio?
Yeah.
Watch how that goes down. Then I posted, Jimmy, that article about the scammers using that new AI voice cloning technology, which is very scary. And then some $2,500 knee-high boots that are absolutely ridiculous. Did you see these?
I did.
The Teletubbies?
Did you order a pair?
I bought, of course.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Size 7?
Yeah. 5.5.
5.5?
I got a small foot.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible with shoe sizes, especially on women.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy, for everything. Thank you, G-Man, for everything. And do you have any parting words?
Have a good Monday. If you're still hungover from March Madness, maybe you had one of the bad teams, don't worry about it Thursday and get back at it. Don't forget, after us, it is the News Junkies. Always thanks to listen to Real Radio 92.1. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Benny Hanna. Peace.